Good evening, everybody. Wendell BIGFOOT 911. We seem to be having a tough technical difficulty with our buddy River. He's not answering the phone. He's not clicked on the link to come on. I don't know what he's doing, but maybe he'll get on here in a few minutes. In the meantime, I guess I'm just sitting here wasting time. I've got a few new camping gadgets. Got a new refrigerator for my car. Got a cot that I don't know if I'll use it anytime soon, but and I got a rack to go on top of my car to fasten put stuff on. Uh, there's Wyatt. Hey, buddy. And dog, how y'all doing? Sharon. River still hasn't showed up. I don't know what he's doing. I'm trying to get him on the messenger. I think he may have slept in today or something since it's Saturday morning over there in Australia. It was after 3 o'clock this morning when I got off a conference call with everybody that was there. Greg and Ken and Patrick and Flat Rock. Hey, Flat Rock, good to see you again, buddy. I think we kept River up too late. He didn't show up yet. And I can't get him on the phone, so I don't know what we're going to do. I guess I'll just have to throw a link in here and let somebody else come on. That's what I'll do. I'll just throw a link in here, and if he shows up, we'll throw him in here. And there it is. There's the link. So y'all come on. One of y'all come on in here and help me kill some time. See if he does show up. Hey, Gary. Hey, Sharon, you come on and hit that link. Come on here. We hadn't got to hear from you yet. Wyatt, you can hit it. Gary, you know you can. And hey, Billy, our guest host hasn't showed up tonight. I don't know what's going on. Shut up, dog. Well, you know, I feel like I feel silly just sitting here chatting by myself. One of y'all hit that link in the chat and come on here and help me keep this thing going for a while. Aha, there's me somebody. How you doing, sir?
Doing good, Wendell. How you doing, buddy?
Oh, I'm doing all right. Glad to see you again.
Yeah. Where's
We
that dang old River at?
I don't know. I can't get him on the messenger. I've been ringing him.
Heck, he said he's got to bring a friend on.
Yeah, he said he was going to. He said he mentioned 2 different ones, but
Yeah.
ain't none of them showed up.
Yeah, I think we might have kept him up too late last night. You're right about that.
But yeah, at least we got our buddies that's in the chat on here. We can get something stirred up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe
How's
he'll.
everybody doing that said hey to me earlier?
Yeah, we had a great time last night. What was it? 6 of us.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
This
Yeah. Greg,
Ken,
Jeffrey, uh,
Jeffrey,
Ken,
Patrick,
Patrick,
River.
River, me, you.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
just
we had a good old combo last night, almost like a house party.
yeah. Hey, Misty, I got a link in the chat up there. If you click on there and come in here and join us, Mr. River, he's hiding on us this evening.
You know, we had a good combo about Misty last night.
Yeah, I know it. She would have been crying or laughing and everything else if she'd been there.
Yeah, yeah,
Again, she might not be talking to us today either.
yeah. If
Uh,
she'd have came on, if she'd have been on with us last night, she'd be smiling all day today.
yeah, I know it. Because I did say I liked her hairstyle. That she looks
Yeah,
good with it.
yeah. She's a beautiful woman.
Yes. Even if she does get lost in the woods sometimes.
Well, I tell you, I got the privilege of going out in the woods with her one time over in on Creepy Mountain. That was
Yeah.
a pretty good. That was a pretty good little event we had over there. Sure did. Well, y'all come on here with me now. Come on. Don't be
Wait a
shy.
minute.
Come on.
Is this Thursday or Friday?
Thursday.
Okay. That's why he's not on there.
Well, no, is the day Thursday or is the day Friday? I don't know.
Somebody in the chat said it was Thursday.
It could be.
If it is, that explains a whole lot.
That's possibly true.
And it is Thursday.
Yeah.
Okay, so I screwed
I
up
don't know.
again.
It never bothered me what day it was.
Yeah, me either.
One day at a time.
Yeah. Oh well.
Hey, is there y'all got any questions y'all want to ask while I'm on?
Misty, jump on here and help us out since we didn't. Since I screwed up the day. We got to get Misty on here. Come on, Misty. Come on.
Come on, Misty. I give you a few yo's if you come on.
Well, you're welcome, Misty. Glad we could get you to smile a little bit.
That's right. That's right. Dog, come on here now. I know you'll come on. Come on here, dog.
Yeah, dog. Bite your tail and come on. Billy, you don't have to be shy either.
We all been slumming today, Misty. Come on.
Yeah, I got me a rack to go on top of my car.
Did you?
Yeah. I'm supposed to be getting a trailer hitch put on it, but apparently it won't come in for some reason.
Yeah. Shit, man, I wish I could turn my camera around.
Well, you should be able to.
I don't know. I've been looking for the button. I can't see the button. I see the camera button, the microphone button, and audio button, edit audio avatar, and edit name. Outside that, I don't see nothing else. Oh well. Let's see. Oh, ain't yet.
Well,
Ew.
tell your daughter happy birthday tomorrow,
Whose
Misty.
birthday? Is it Misty's birthday? Her daughter.
Yeah, it's her daughter's what she's saying.
Happy birthday, Misty. Tell your daughter I said happy birthday. Well, when y'all been? You been hearing anything over in your area?
And
About any encounters? Any sightings? Any buddy hearing anything?
well, the guy that's supposed to be mounting my uh trailer hitch,
Mm-hmm.
he is supposed to have had something happen up close to Gadsden
Mm-hmm.
that he seen. I'm trying to get him to come on and talk about that.
Yeah.
Uh, but as of right now, I can't even get the trailer hitch let on him.
Yeah. Yeah, I gotta put mine back on. I got a loaded trailer. I gotta get off to the scrap yard.
Well, I figure if I can get a trailer hitch and get me one of those little lawnmower trailers, I can throw my equipment on there and clear up the inside of my car some.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I got that sucker loaded to the brim, and I gotta get it out of here. It's been sitting here for a while. And I just gotta get it out of here so I can start loading up more stuff. Cause we figured to pull out one of my mom's trailers and move a lot of her stuff. We gotta have the utility trailer to load it up.
Misty's asking, "Are you at home?"
Yeah, I'm at home. I'm walking around outside, ready to go into the woods for a few minutes, see if anything jump out at me, yell at me. I mean, I doubt it will, cause I ain't heard nothing in at least a month. But who knows? Who knows? Anything can happen.
Yeah,
We've been clearing back in at least 20 foot off the driveway back into the woods,
yeah.
to where we can actually put a thermal outside on the porch and shoot through the woods. And no, the light bugs were still out.
Well,
Right.
you was talking about trying to turn the camera around. If you can't turn the camera around, turn the phone around.
Yeah. Well, That's how dark it is in here.
Yeah, that's dark.
Yeah, I ain't got no flashlight or nothing. Come on, Boo. You coming with me, buddy?
It's good to keep Boo with you where you know
Oh,
what's there.
absolutely. You can't see him; he can smell them. But this is how dark our woods are, and it's still kind of light outside, but you can't see crap in here.
Uh,
Can anybody see anything?
no,
Oh,
totally dark.
yeah, I should have brought my flashlight so y'all can actually see. Matter of fact, that's what I'd do. Come here, Boo. Let's go get the flashlight. We'll walk them through the woods. Come on, Boo. Let me get back out of here and go get my flashlight.
Come on, Billy, join us here.
I'm gonna bust my tail here.
That's another reason to have a flashlight.
Yeah. Well, I'm over in the area where there's actually that little Indian mound over here on the
Yeah.
property. That's where I'm about at right now. Yeah, where I was walking through anyway is right there where that little Indian mound is. Whoa, shit.
Billy, it don't matter if you brush your hair or not. Just throw the hat on; it'll cover it up.
That's right. Hey, I'm bald. Hey, Billy, I'm bald at top, son. You know that. Ain't nothing to worry about. Every man gets bald every now and then. In pun, it's heritage.
Missy says, Billy, y'all get a get the me that gonna throw on a hat and bug spray, sunblock, and we gonna went to it to the homies to what Misty, what are you saying? Just to prove there's what she says right there.
What's it say?
Says Billy, y'all get the me that's gonna throw on a hat, bug spray, sunblock, and we gonna sweat it to the homies. LOL.
There you go. Yeah, man. When I was after I got off a podcast a few nights ago, Boo was over right beside me wanting some bones, and his tail hit my drink. It wasn't nothing but ice water, but he ended up knocking it over onto my computer, over on my laptop. Now my laptop motherboard's out.
I know that, Misty. We all know that, I think. She says I ain't right.
None of us are.
We got to make fun of each other.
Yeah, that we do.
Oh, well, yes.
I go get my brother's flashlight and we'll walk through the woods.
All right.
It'll give us something to do.
That dog could come on here, Billy.
Yeah, he sure should. Billy's dog, come on now.
Sharon, she was in here earlier.
Now, I'd like to meet Sharon.
I would too. I'd love to meet her.
Yeah. That I would. That I would. I mean, I wish we could actually see on a thermal, from here, but
Yeah.
can't. At least I don't know how anyway, except for sticking the camera light up to the thermal, but I don't think you can do that neither.
Hey, Billy.
How to do? How to do?
There he is. How you doing, Brother Billy?
How's it going, everybody?
Okay, he's
Going
laughing.
pretty good.
I had to put my makeup on.
Well, you'll never look as good as Misty.
Well, I can try.
Now, I know I look like the north end of a southbound mule, but
Your beard's growing back faster than your hair do.
yeah, I noticed that.
All right.
Yeah, we had a big crew on a side chat last night, including
Y'all stay up too late for me. That's about the time I go. That's about the time I'm getting up.
Well, you could just got up and joined us then.
I didn't know you was on.
Yeah, I know. Oh, yeah, I was surprised. It was about 12:30. My messenger started ringing. I clicked on it, and it was everybody. Whoop! We lost Billy.
Come on, boo. All right, can y'all see in front?
Yeah, we can see that now.
Yeah, I'm gonna go through here. You wanna go with me?
Yeah.
Come on.
I got you on
got my
right
brother coming with me. All right, hurry up. We'll go back here where we've actually had a daytime sighting back here a few years ago. Matter of fact, one guy seen one on thermal back here right over near my tree stand.
Yeah.
And the other guy, he was from Wetumpka. He had a daytime sighting. And if it wasn't for Boo, we'd have never known that sucker was right there. So Boo kept sitting down on us. And the second time he sit down on us, he, that old guy, he walked in front of Boo and looked around this tree. And about 40, maybe 40, 30, well, I think around 40 yards, that thing was right there, squatted down, right off to our left. He backed back up. He says, "Skinny, is that what I think it is?" I walked in front of Boo, as Boo's still sitting down, and there that damn big old black thing was. He's the same one that I got on my cover page. You gonna stay there? Or you ain't gonna come? Where you going? Just this way, and a little bit that way. Let me get a smoke from you. I went back that way so I can get out of here. All right. You can't see? You ain't
You
scared,
see
are you?
anything in the sky down there tonight?
Yeah. Just stars and a good moon.
Okay. Yeah, Missy said there'd been strange stuff in the sky up there around her house, I reckon.
Yeah, well, they supposed to be having those meteor showers tonight or tomorrow, ain't it?
I don't know, but Saturday we're supposed to have a eclipse. Some places get a full eclipse for about 6 minutes, they said.
Now, this light ain't gonna go out, is it?
I don't know. It depends on where you're at, I reckon.
No, I was talking to my brother.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't want to get stuck. There's so much stuff in here, you bust your rear end. Trying to keep it with the. Where'd you go, Boo? There you are.
Dog, I'll be heading up to Tennessee on the 16th, going to that Wild Man conference.
Yeah, I'll be at LVL during that Wildman conference, and but I'm thinking about easing over there during the daytime if it ain't too far away from LVL.
Yeah.
And now I'm back here where everything's busted up. Hold on, let me get that off my leg.
Yeah, since
Hold on, I gotta
Misty
move
and
around here.
Greg and a bunch of others are going to be there, I decided I'd go and aggravate them.
Yeah. See everything busted up on the ground?
Yeah. Looks like you've been going down through there clipping stuff off about waist high.
Yeah, but it ain't, man. This is all broken stuff. All broken stuff. We used to find a lot of footprints back here. I mean, you really couldn't cast it or nothing, cause it's more like imprints of it. But you could tell they were footprints. They back here, maybe you can see it. They back there isn't it. Get back over here, Boo. Come on. At least I hope that's Boo.
Yeah, he might have went back to the house and said, "You have at it, buddy."
No, I seen his little blue eyes, green eyes or blue eyes.
Yeah.
So I knew it wasn't a booger. There he is. Come on, Boo, let's go a little further in. Then we'll come out and just walk down that path. But hey, right down there is where the stream is.
Yeah.
Right through there's a stream that goes all the way back yonder way. Yeah, see, there's a nice break right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Come on, baby, let's go back. It's too messy back here. We'll just walk down the path. Come on. I'll walk down to that high grass area where we get a lot of activity at during certain times. Come on, boo.
We
What?
got Gary in the chat now telling everybody to hit the button.
Well, my brother just yelled at something. What? Hold on a minute. I don't know what he's yelling at over there.
Am I seeing eye shine?
I thought I saw it too, Wendell.
That's light. I see what you're talking about. Oh, he might have been saying it's starting to rain. Well, hell, how did it rain if there's stars in the sky when I walked in here? But you can see how we've been cleaning it out through here,
Yeah.
away from my driveway. I'm still about 50 yards from the driveway. There's a break right there. I don't know what caused it, but it's one of them breaks right there. Did you say it's raining? Oh, okay. Hell, it is raining, ain't it? See, it's so heavy up in the above
trees
me. It's
had it
so
blocked.
heavy.
The trees
Yeah,
had
the canopy is
Yeah.
so heavy you don't even know it's raining. Hell, it's pouring over here, and I ain't even got to the rain yet.
Misty said turn around and look at something.
Where at?
Well, I don't see nothing chasing you.
No, Yeah, that's come out of nowhere, didn't it, boo? Yeah, it's pouring out here.
Well, I guess you need to get in out of the rain then, don't you?
Just get up under a tree. Yeah, I still see stars. Shit, this sucker come out of nowhere. One of them afternoon thunderstorms, I reckon. Well, it'll put that fire out anyway, boo. All right, anyway. Put that bag on it and fucking started raining. There we go. Well, I tried, guys.
Yep.
Started
Well, we
raining
got to
on-
look at a few breaks anyhow.
Yeah. I mean, hell, I'd like to go down that path, but it's raining.
Yeah.
We just hold off for a few minutes, see if it'll stop. I'll walk down that
You
path.
can see way in there at night. It's dark in there, but
Oh, it's real
with the
dark.
heat thing, you can see way
Yeah,
up in
yeah, with the thermal. Yeah, I know. God, it is pouring. It is pouring out here, dude.
going in there tonight.
All right, I'm gonna try to make it in the house, I guess. There's a light.
Put it charged on.
Yeah, I'll make a walk again tomorrow. All right, guys, I'm gonna walk out. I mean, well, I'll stay on with you, but I'm heading back in the house.
That's fine. That's fine. Don't need you getting wet and getting sick.
That's it. Well, let me make sure my damn window's up.
What time's your show tomorrow night, Wendell?
8 o'clock Central Time.
Okay. I know Mark and them supposed to have one tomorrow night, I think.
Yeah,
That's right. It was gonna be at the
they
March
do
show,
7
wasn't it,
o'clock.
Wendell?
What's that?
It was gonna be at the March show, wasn't it? That's what you said.
Yeah.
Damn, I was thinking the day might have been Friday myself.
Oh, And I thought I'd missed Mark's shows while I was trying to get set up and everything.
Yeah. Oh, goodness gracious.
But
I'll be glad when you get that show done.
yeah,
Every time I see that picture with River blowing on whatever that thing is he's blowing on, gives me the heebie-jeebies. I
Yeah,
don't
it
know.
does.
That's a rough.
Yeah.
I don't like that picture.
but he actually blowed it on Texas show the other night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you actually did it a few nights ago on one of our Zoom calls. He actually
Yeah.
did it then too. Sure did. The night before Texas show, he done it. He played a good one for us. Yeah, that typical Australian horn. I reckon that's what it's called.
I can't think of what you call that thing. A Duke.
Mm-mm.
Heck, I can't think what it is.
Yeah, me either.
Did he tell you one time I was talking to him, me and him was video chatting, and I kept seeing something blowing up, moving the curtains above his shoulder.
Yep.
I kept saying something about it. He said, "Man, ain't no air conditioner, the windows are, you don't open them up. They don't open." And see, dog. And
Bye-bye, dog.
I kept seeing something moving in that
Good to see you,
window.
dog.
And River said, "What's it look like?" And he had a cousin pass away. And I described his cousin looking in that window, moving the curtains.
Really?
Yep. Freaked me out. Wendell, River jumped plumb out of his chair when I told him what it looked like. He jumped plumb out of his chair over the floor. He said, "Man, he don't tell me that." But
Hey, Tennessee, Kentucky, Bigfoot.
I go in Tennessee.
Oh, yeah. Greg was talking about him seeing stuff behind River too.
I don't doubt it, because I sure did. I mean, I described even down to the shirt that she had on.
I tell you, Billy, I do not deal with that paranormal stuff.
Me neither, buddy.
That's not my forte anymore.
I don't want nothing to do with nothing.
I played with it back in 2010, 2011, and I made a boo boo. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
How you doing, Tennessee?
there is a link in the chat if you want to come on and say hello with us.
Come on, Tennessee.
Yeah, it's raining.
Yeah, I just walked back in the house. I rolled the window up out there and you left down.
If you can't find it, I'll throw it up again. Yeah, let's see who that was. Okay, it was River. He said he's at the vet.
He's at the vet?
Yeah.
What's they doing? Going worm him or something? You Flat Rock?
You been hearing anything over in your area?
No, man, been real quiet. Hadn't heard nothing up this way.
You ain't been. Nobody's been saying anything either.
Nope, hadn't heard a word. Hadn't heard nobody say nothing.
Yeah. Man, I ain't had no activity that I know of since March 9th. That was the last time I actually caught something. But, that's when it got into my cooler right outside here and then stomped off. So I made a little video of it, and posted it on my Facebook page, exactly what it was doing. How come from
Shut
that
up, Clark.
path area over there, come down the side of my house over here, and you could actually hear it hit my parabolic pole. You know, that parabolic pole shakes because it's PVC pipe, and you can hear it when it shakes. And
Yeah.
you can only shake it over, behind that pole with a 4 foot high 2x4 that's bracing it into the
Yeah.
ground. So whatever it was had to be bigger than 4 foot to
shook
make it
it.
shake like that. But
Yeah.
anyway, you could hear it sneaking around a little bit. I think it was also just peeping around the corner of the backside of my house here.
Yeah.
And then it walked over to the cooler. You could actually hear it opening the cooler, start moving around the oyster shells. Then you can hear him shake the cooler like that right there, mess around with it more. I can't tell. I mean, it almost sounds like he bit into one, but I can't really tell.
Yeah.
But after that, you could actually hear the cooler shut, and then he just stomps back off where he come from.
Huh.
Yeah, that was really cool audio.
I think I heard you talking about that.
Yeah, it's really cool, man. I was hearing it from right here that night it happened.
Right.
I mean, it one something in the morning, 1:30, 1:40, 1:50, somewhere up in there.
Yeah.
When it happened, but that was pretty
Hello,
cool.
Pine
I thought it was a deer at first till that parabolic started shaking. I knew it wasn't a deer then.
So what you been up to, Billy?
As little as possible. It's hot, man.
Yeah,
I know that, right?
Yeah,
It's been smoking up here.
yeah.
I got to mow tomorrow. I dread it.
We was
Hey, Amanda.
we was 112 degrees heat index the other day.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Troy was telling me the other day it was 118 down there with a heat index.
Oh, it could have been. It could have been.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think we got up 110.
Yeah, I mean, 'cause it got hot. I mean, the temperature was only in the 90s, but that humidity just really boosted that heat index.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah,
Hey,
Troy's
man,
telling me.
scroll up a little bit, you'll find a link. Go up there and hit that and come in here and join us.
Yeah, come on, Amanda.
Don't be scared. Roger ain't going to get you.
I know you got a story. Come on. Now, is that the Amanda that's on Roger's show?
Yeah.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah.
That's why I told her, come on in. Roger ain't going to be mad at her.
That's right. Come on.
Now we got
At least come tell us how excited you are about going on the Untold Network.
hello, Marion.
Or what's going on at the museum. You been hearing any good sightings from the museum, Amanda?
Up. Hang on.
Oh,
Hello.
she's coming. There
Here
she
she
is.
comes.
Who's that?
That is.
I ain't got my glasses on.
I can't see either.
Okay, that's
TKB.
Tennessee.
Tennessee.
Hey, bud.
Hey guys, I just tried
Man,
to
I'm
get.
on this little bitty phone. I can't hardly see nobody on this thing.
Me too. I'm the same way, Flat Rock. I'm blind as bad anyway.
Yeah.
I just want to say hi because I seen old Flat Rock. Hadn't seen him, Billy. I appreciate Wendell. That's it. I was just getting ready to go get in the bath, man, and it's hot as hell here in Tennessee. Been out picking up some tomatoes. Wife's got the freezer full. We've been just putting the tomatoes away.
There you go.
Yeah, it's good. You guys
Hey,
all
Yes,
you
sir.
go be at that conference at the end of the month?
No, I'm like homegrown Amish. I can't leave his property more than about an hour before a chicken needs operation or.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah. You know, some of us are stuck to the land. I can't.
All right, Amanda, this is your first time. Come on.
Well, have you been getting any good activity up there, Tennessee?
Well, we went up to Kentucky a couple weeks ago and put some apples out. Now, you know how I'm like you guys. I don't do ghosts.
Yeah.
I went up there and Matt went up in the woods to take a doopy, and I was around the pasture door, sitting there just getting my stuff. We're getting ready to hike out there, and I heard on the other side, knock, knock, knock on the side of on the other side of the truck. It was on the front quarter panel on the front door, and I thought, what's he doing back so fast? And I walked around the truck, ain't nothing there. Middle of daylight, I'm like, no. But you know them little boogers, you know how they run by and knock on the door and run.
Oh yeah. Them hit and runs. You ain't kidding. They love doing that crap. I don't know why they like doing that, but they love to hit and run.
Yeah, I like them little boogers. I think it's funny, but they drive me. I mean, as much as I've had experiences, they'll still make you climb the wall sometimes. And man,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, when they hit my wall, that's what makes me climb the wall.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes you jump because you ain't expecting it. Next thing you know, you just jump. Come out of your skin almost.
Yeah. But we just went up there one night. We hadn't been out in the woods freaking years. Just can't get away with life and business and everything. And we put some apples out. We went up to Stearns, Kentucky, and we got to hike about a mile in. And then we hiked into Tennessee. It's the only way to get in through Big South Fork. You know, you can't get in the center of Big South Fork unless you got a helicopter.
Yeah.
We just put some apples out. They took most of them. We were sitting there the next day up there. You know, like I said, we hiked in. We're sitting there. Me and him and Matt was sitting there. We heard steps over there, and we was like, "What is that?" You know, and over there, black bear walking down. I'm like, "Well, I'm glad he's out here because last time we was out there, that sorry son of a gun climbed up on our truck, got his had a little one with it, had scratched the tire. We had a flat tire. Now we're in the boonies. It's an 8-mile road just to get out there, and we had to pump to get our freaking tire back to town to fix it flat to get out of those woods. But so we were kind of happy. And plus that same bear that time he took the daggum trail cam before he went and assaulted my truck. So I don't even have video of that crap. That bear was smart. Took the freaky trail cam. He went and got it. And Matt went up the mountain. He says, I don't know where that bear's at. He goes, he would go straight up. And I'm like, I thought Matt's crazy. He went straight up that freaking mountain. You ain't going to find no damn trail cam laying up there. Anyway, he went straight up that freaking mountain. Sure enough, he goes, it go this way. And he's got some kind of weird thing going on in his head. Anyway, sure enough, he went up there. And we got the SD card out of it. And that sorry sucker, that bear chewed all over that damn camera. And that's one of my best cameras. It's one of those $5 Chinese cameras. That's why I like it. It's bear proof. Been through a bear chewing. We replaced a little plastic lens on it and stuff. But anyway, so we, like I said, we saw that bear. We put some apples out. And we didn't really get the Bigfoot stuff. We just got every damn thing else. There was a lightning bug that came over and landed on he tried to land on me and I moved. I was like, no, you ain't landing on me, buddy. He landed on my chair. And this is the weirdest thing. Then he went over to Matt, but the thing was he wasn't flashing. He stayed on solid. And he was flying around like a jet airplane. And me and Matt, I should have videotaped it. But you know how it is. You just don't tape things. You just think about it later. It was the weirdest thing. I should have caught that. But that thing would fly on and just go flying out of the woods. Matt's like, there ain't no more lightning bugs at all. And I was like, what the hell is that dude doing? And he go flying off in the forest. He come flying back. He zoomed through us. And that night I'd be like, I got my camper top and the sides open. One of those 3-way, you can put tools in and out. And that sucker would fly through. And I'd wake up at night and I see that light. He'd go flying through. And it was a lightning bug. But like I said, the weirdest thing.
Yeah.
It's strange. It was just strange. But we went up there.
I just tried to take a little hike back there in the woods, but it just started pouring rain on us out there, and I had to walk back. I mean, I didn't even know it was raining until my brother started yelling at me and saying, "Hey, it's raining." I wasn't getting rained on. Shoot, the canopy was too thick up there for me to be rained on. Yeah. And that's another reason, when this dude, Pat Turner, y'all know who a lot of y'all
here we go.
Yeah. He
We'll get it on.
all you need is a thermal drone to get up there and film one down below.
Yeah.
You ain't gonna be able to see below that canopy, dude.
You crazy.
You crazy.
Yeah, they're crazy. They have no clue.
They have no clue.
But like I said, that knocked on my back of on that door, and I guarantee it was a booger. But
Yeah.
he saw us in the middle of the daylight. You were never even saw him, and that's what he run by, just having fun. Knock, knock, knock. And I thought, what? I looked up over to see if I could see down below, the side of the door. I thought, what's he doing back? I didn't think it. Anyway, I walked around and tried. I knew what it was. I knew it was a booger. Yeah. And I walked the door, and there wasn't nothing around. And Matt come walking back, and he come walking back with that dog. Him and his dog went up there, and I was like, man, same old, dude. There ain't no one gonna believe you. You can't talk about this. I think you're crazy. Yeah. Anyway,
we had Amanda mixed up. It's not the one from Roger's show.
I didn't think so. Cause she's blonde headed.
Yeah. But she says she's never been on show. This is her. There's always the first time, so hit the link and come on.
That's it. Come on, man. We're good people.
Hey, I just wanted to stop in because, like I said, I'm late. I'm late to the tub. I got a redneck hook tub out here. I got a big old freezer.
She said hello to you anyway, Tennessee.
Yeah, Tennessee. Yeah. Thanks for coming on, buddy.
Hey, Amber. Yeah, I got a homemade hot tub. It's a freezer with a RV, heater and a pump. Oh man, it's great. Just go out there and you climb in. It's a big old long commercial freezer. You just lay in it, bring the door down, and I got some homemade wine, and so I'm going to go climb in my. That's what about this time of day I'm done. I ain't
there you go.
But I just want to say hi to everybody. Flat Rock, Billy, Wendell.
Hey, Hillary. Yeah, Hillary, I messed up on the day. So we wind up just being live on here for no reason.
That's always a reason to talk.
Yeah.
Yeah. At least we get to share company on here.
Yeah.
Talk to each other.
Yeah, like I said, I just want to say hi. I seen you guys on there, and you're like, "Come on in." I'm like,
yeah,
yeah, come on."
Man, I got homemade wine out there. You know what I'm saying?
What kind? Hey, what kind? Is it, what kind of wine you making?
Huh?
What kind of wine?
We've always made we always make grape. Now, what we do is make grape. We run 6 or 7 5-gallon buckets all the time. Because you start the one that you're drinking out of, he's been about 6 months, 7 months. Depends on how much wine you drink. We drink it every night. But anyway, you put 5 gallons. Yeah, we don't drink 5 gallons every night, but we drink plenty. But you put 5 gallons. You put 13 cans concentrate grape juice, pure grape juice, none of this fake stuff. You put 6 pounds of sugar.
Can you see that? I got posted up on the screen.
Damn. I wasn't creepy. I
No,
joined you.
If it wasn't creepy, I'd join you.
But yeah, we put like I said, you put 6 pounds of sugar in that 5-gallon bucket of water, and you can get that. They got that yeast. You get it on eBay. You get a little pack of it. And you put that wine yeast. You put that in there, and you put them in order, and you just rotate them and pour off the top. And that yeast to stick on the bottom, you wash that up. But we've been doing this for years. We're so damn self-sufficient around here. We got food, we got wine, we got spring water. We're like I said, we're homemade Amish, and we just I've been at home for 30 years, so you know how that is. You've been on the property 30 years. You get settled, and we got it made, man.
Yeah, yep. I mean, I've only been here since. October of 2018 when I actually moved out here. I mean, we bought it 2 or 3 years earlier, but a lot of y'all know I dealt with cancer before I had to move out here. So,
hey, Hillary,
I wish I would have moved out here earlier. Shoot, I'd probably know these creatures were out here a lot sooner. Yeah, and got some good stuff, but that's the way it goes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't.
Everything's always meant for a purpose. Everything.
Yeah, we we follow like 3 clans. We follow that one up Kentucky. They're a wild bunch, and we follow one down there near, kind of, you can say North Georgia. That's a bunch of boogers, and they're crazy. We love them too. I mean, I know most people don't like boogers. People don't like that crazy stuff. I'll just say I like them. I mean, that's crazy stuff. Their things are crazy. They'll run around, knock on your door. They'll do stuff.
I can honestly say you're right. They are crazy, but sometimes you get that bad one in there that really pushes a little too hard.
Yep.
That's the
think it-
one you really don't like.
Yeah, like you said, that's well, it used to be up in Kentucky. You couldn't call law enforcement. You had to call someone that knew what they were doing. Law enforcement, they don't know what they're doing.
I found that out personally.
Yeah, sometimes you got to send out someone to. If they raise too much havoc, you might have to go. Just like any neighbor, if they are screwing with you too much, go have their house and have some whoop ass put on them, and then they calm the hell down. But I mean, that's true. And just like any neighbor, some of them can be pretty good. Some of them, you don't want to deal with them.
Yeah, because we thought we were calling the cops on people that night, because we thought it was people that came over here and raised all that hell behind my mom's house. And we called the cops. And when they came out finally, I think when we was explaining everything, they knew what it was, because they just simply said, if it happens again, give us a call. We'll get on back out here. So now I personally know now that they did know about them creatures. Both local and county both knew about them. State, they just don't care. But there's nothing they can do. Absolutely nothing. You are stuck with the situation. If you get in that situation, you're stuck with it.
Yeah, Flat Rock. I remember you talking about how they had to come out there, and they've been a couple of days up there shooting up in the woods and crap. And
Yep. Well, that's when I got in touch with the game warden. That's when I got in touch with the game warden, because we had that one big brown one. He was following my mom around, and he'd get out in the open, right out here, right behind my back, right here, all the time. And mostly would follow my mom around. That was going too far. So when I seen that game warden, I pulled over to him. He was right over there by the bridge, that creek, which is just right outside my gate here, and told him what was going on. He wanted to come onto the property. So I brought him on, and I showed him exactly what this thing was doing, showed him some video of him and all that kind of stuff. And, and he told me about, them being federally protected, that I can't shoot one unless they're there, all this stuff, I still got dude's number his name and number in my phone. But a few days later, not a few days, but a few weeks later, we started hearing this shooting going on. And like I've always said, I thought it was only 2 days. Mr. Bobby, who lives up front, he said he heard 3 days of shooting, but it was automatic machine gun. It was not semi-auto or anything. It was straight out machine gun. It was multiple machine guns going off. It was like war games out there. But
so it sounded like downtown Anniston then.
Yeah. Well, I tell you about the drone come first. I caught the drone on film. I got the drone on film out here. That was 3 weeks later. Then 3 weeks after that's when all the shooting started. In February, middle of February is when it was. I can't quite remember what day. It was either 12th, 13th, or 14th of 2020 is when the shooting started. And they were just tracing off through the woods. It wasn't in one spot. If it was just regular people, you'd have been in one spot. Somebody just sitting there having fun, target practicing and stuff. It had just been in one spot. But these, they were just tracing off through the woods, getting further and further away. But after that, They was no more brown one. He was gone, just gone. Yeah. Matter of fact, that whole clan that was around when that big brown one was here was gone. Yeah. But
Yeah.
another clan moved in. You know, a
Mm,
couple of clans still here. You know, that's been coming in,
right.
and so you know,
Yeah. I've
I
got like,
hated that they did that, but I'm not happy. I'm glad they did that. You know, for my mom's sake.
well, yeah,
You
yeah,
know,
like, yeah, if they got, you got to, and I
yeah,
understand because I mean we have that clan. We go down there, kind of like I said, down near Georgia. They could be a ruckus, and I know I hear people in Alabama and all over the place having problems.
yeah,
And then up here, we just up here in our area now, the ones we deal with here, totally different. They leave
yeah,
me a turtle. They leave me a turtle shell, all three pieces. They leave us stuff. They just been good. And
yeah,
then the ones up in Kentucky, and it's a whole different clan, and those guys are rambunctious, and they'll drive you up the freaking wall too.
yeah.
But
I mean,
you know,
that's basically what we're doing with right now. You know, is ones that ain't bothering us. You know, they've come up, put handprints on my railing. You know, a large one and then a baby one. I mean, the other one's just a baby. You know, by the handprint, little
Billy, you
baby.
can come back.
Billy's got booted again. Well, you come back. I gotta go get them. You guys talk my head off. Hey, this right here, this ain't tequila. My wife fills up this full of water. This is spring water. I know it.
Okay.
You're like, what, boy? That
Yep.
TKB's.
Hey, everybody got their little habits. So I ain't kicking it.
That's right. That's
That's
right.
what we
I
do.
mean,
I'm like, give me the bottle. It's time to hit it.
yeah.
Yeah, pass it around.
Spring water.
Puff, puff, pass.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what they say. Puff, puff, pass.
But like I said, I'm like you go. I go down to North Georgia, and that's a friend of mine's property, and he has all kinds of issues with tree breaks and property things and this and that. And I come up
Yeah.
here, and I'm like, man, I'm glad you keep your
Yeah.
foots down there. I'll keep my foots up here.
Yeah.
It's a total different, and
Yeah.
so I sympathize with everybody because I'm telling you what, there ain't no telling what
Well,
you're gonna run.
Tennessee, have you had any run-ins with any of the dog men yet?
No, I don't think so. We're running that. Well, we run that damn three-toe thing. That's been the one I don't even want to talk about because people are like, "Oh hell, you done lost it again." A three-toe thing. Something come in, flew in, was up in the trees, making a ruckus. It probably had wings. It was just shaking. It sounded like it's shaking the whole hell tree. That's what we always thought. That said it was a Bigfoot.
Dang.
It'd come down, had three-toe print. Matt looked at it, and of course, that just made me mad because there ain't no stupid dinosaurs out here in the woods in Kentucky.
Mm-mm.
This is dumb. What are we looking at? A three-toe? What is
How big was
I
it?
mean,
It was about the size of about 3 fingers, is what Matt said, right? It was about the size. It was about that
So it
size.
could have been a turkey.
Is
So it
that
could have
about
been
right? Turkey? Yeah,
Yeah.
a turkey or an owl? Yeah, right. Right, that would make sense. It was big. That's it. But then we also had a big footprint that next morning from whatever that was. But but the thing is, we had this thing go by and had the cricket noise going beep beep beep, cricket.
yeah.
That's when I had a second heart attack.
Yeah. But we got to remember the Fout monster had only 3 toes.
Yeah. Well,
Only 3 toes.
yeah, like I said, that next morning we went out there. They should have been all kinds of debris on the ground from them
Yeah.
shaking the holy hell out of the trees for the amount of time they did. And they wasn't nothing on the ground, which makes you even madder because in your mind, I know what I heard, but what I don't see nothing. I didn't see nothing. And he's like, "Yeah, look here, Dad, it's three-toe print." And I'm like, "Oh, that's just enough of this."
Well,
We
had
just
you had them? Have you do you got that issue of with them sneaking up on you without even hearing the first step toward you?
that's them boogers. They do that. They'll
Oh
tag
yeah,
you
yeah, that's them
and run
boogers.
back. Yeah, it'll be a shadow. That's one of my buddy's property down there. Shadow. I call
Yeah,
them like shadow people because they go so fast. You're like, I just saw a shadow. Well, that
yeah,
was a book. He was hauling ass.
yeah.
Touch you on
They
the right.
are fast.
Yeah, they
My
play that
brother,
tag.
this way, my brother explains it. Sometimes he left his door open, and he's between two. He lives in a mobile home, but not a mobile home, but one of the drivable ones anyway. an
Yeah.
RV.
Yeah.
And then you got a fifth wheel just in front of his front door. So he's got that little alleyway between his front, right there, his front door. So he's got it open one day, right there before dark, and he sees something just solid black just whisk right on by his front door. He gets out that door and there's absolutely nothing there. He sees nothing out there. And he knows what it was. He knew it was a little juvenile booger that run past that door, but he said that thing just went so fast, all you see was a streak of black going across. That thing was moving so fast. But, that's
Yeah,
just some of them stories. I
about
mean,
them all
'cause
the
I
time.
really don't like telling the stories that I ain't got back up on. But yeah, that's the kind of little stuff that happens. It's really cool, but
Yeah,
it
yeah.
ain't.
Well, we camped out, a couple years ago. We camped down there, and we was out there, and he was on. Matt was on sleep. We sleep inside a metal camper top. I don't do no tent, man. Not with the boogers.
Yeah.
I might do. I don't know where I'd sleep in a paper tent anymore. No, I don't think so. I think I gotta have a piece of metal between me and him. It makes it feel a little better at night. And
Yeah.
we had LED lights set up on the outside with a car battery inside. All I had to do was flip a switch, and he put earplugs in. And we were trying to lay down, and they were throwing sticks and rocks on my side of the camper. And I'd been over the floor to pick up something. Matt's like, he goes, "That you?" I go, "No, dude, I'm down here in the floorboard picking up something. I told you they keep throwing sticks and rocks on my side of the camper." So he's like, "Well, I'm putting my earplugs in." So he tuned out and left me that night. And you know what I'm saying? He did. About 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, I heard him out there walking around his side, walking back and forth, doing things out there. And I was like, "Oh, hell. They're here now." Most people, no, I wasn't excited. I got a hold of the switch, and in my head, I was like, "Buddy, you guys don't calm the hell down. I will flip on the switch because this is real shit. They're out
Yeah,
there.
it's real world shit. It really
Yeah,
is
this is
real
no
world
shit.
shit.
Right? You're like, I'm on the edge of my seat, man. I got my hand on that switch, and I held that switch like it was the most important thing I ever was holding for about 20 minutes or so. And I didn't have to flip the lights on. They calmed down a little bit, but they're here. They're here walking around. He slept through the whole thing, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I had one there. I had my camper window open, and I was laying there asleep, and something put their hand on my leg through that camper window, kind of like your wife won't put their hand on you,
Yeah.
I come kind of came through, and I was like, "Hey, no," and I kind of just rolled over.
I kind of got a story like that, but it's a little different. It's when I was staying in a camper, before my home got here, and didn't know nothing about Bigfoot. But me and my Great Dane, we were sleeping on the couch, and where the couch is where the in the RV, it slides out. Well, not on RV, but a fifth wheel, the slide out
Mm-hmm.
part. Anyway, on the outside, there's a little flip door, and when you lift that little flip door up, you can see up under the couch right there. Well, we're laying there, just turned the TV off, might have been asleep. I mean, I always say I was asleep, but I really can't say.
I'm there.
But next thing you know, you feel from underneath, you're moving upwards. Kind of like somebody up, like on bunk beds, and you're pushing up the top bunk when somebody's on it. Well, that's
Under
what
the
it felt like, and I could feel myself raising up, and then I'd ease back down. Well, the first time I blowed it off. A few weeks later, here it did it again. I'm wide awake, my Great Dane at the foot of my feet, and next thing you know, the couch starts moving up again, and then it eases back down. Oh my God, yo. I mean, you really don't want to think about stuff like that, but it happens, man. It happens. I don't like talking about it because I can't prove it, but I can put my hand on by.
Well, that's like Patrick got his tendons zipped.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. Just the little bitty things that
Yeah.
these creatures do to pick on you and harass you. and have fun with you is
Yeah.
crazy, just crazy.
Right.
You
And
know,
I mean,
wonder if one moved
when
that
you
foot
when
through
you
the
don't
fire.
understand it, though, you take that as the bad. But it
yeah.
really wasn't. It was kind of funny once you think about it after a year or two, bottom of your couch just raising up and then they're easing back down and be thinking, hey, something just reached through the damn RV and raised that couch up, and then eased it back down. Just didn't do it once, it did it twice. Oh my goodness, man, that was crazy. Crazy. But
Yeah.
I mean, it's a good damn story though, and
Yeah.
it's
Well, that like you said, you
scary
really
as
can't.
hell, but it was good.
Yeah,
It
and
happened.
you can't really talk about it because you
Mm-mm.
know what I'm saying. I don't really tell a lot of people stuff because
Yeah, yeah,
I'm like they're gonna think I don't want them to lock me up for
yeah,
being crazy.
yeah, yeah. That's
Because
true.
Well, that's the
how
one
did
thing about our
but they
group of
did.
people. We can tell what's happening, and nobody thinks bad about us.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, I mean, a guy come knocking on my door with one of them suits, to go lock me up. One of them
White
stretch.
jackets with the
Yeah, one
sleeves
of them.
that goes around back.
Yeah. Jacket, whatever you call it.
Well,
But
Ken, he was telling a hell of a story last night. He was watching this guy who had a YouTube page that's still on it's Alabama Bigfoot Society. I mean, the guy's passed by now. He's dead now, but not Billy, but Ken was talking about how this this dude shot one,
yeah,
and they ended up bringing him back to the guy's house and putting him in the garage, and they called the media and a newspaper. Well, they was waiting on the media, and next thing you know, he said, vehicles pulled up, but it wasn't the media.
yeah,
They come in and took that Bigfoot away, and I mean,
yeah. But like I'm like you. I know stories I don't tell people. I know someone that's got one. I know someone that's got parts of one. But I
yeah,
know someone that's been harassed, and they wanted. I want to say they wanted them to say it was a bear, and they refused to do it. And but like you say, yeah, there's a big shakedown and all that stuff. I wouldn't want to. That's that's
yeah,
all secret,
yeah.
obviously.
Well, Pine Knot, I didn't know it was Bigfoot doing it. I really didn't. I thought I was dreaming, buddy. I really did.
Mhm.
Even though I was awake, I still thought I was dreaming because you just blow that stuff off.
Yeah,
Because you're back in the middle of the woods. You ain't got no neighbors, but yet your couch is moving upwards, and then easing back down like somebody's up underneath you, pushing you upwards.
yeah.
It,
We're
it's
we're
weird.
we're we're natural explorers. I
Yeah,
used to run Tennessee caves. We go pan. I've been panning in Tennessee forever. I'm just always out in the woods exploring, and so Bigfoot was just another one of those things where you go, if they ain't gonna kill me, that's pretty freaking cool,
yeah.
And that's kind of how it is. I still like going out there. We always have experiences.
What
Always.
kind of pan you got?
What's that?
What kind of pan you got?
I got about 4 or 5 of them, the big green ones, shifters,
Uh,
sniffers,
You
2
got
black.
what kind of sleep spots you got?
It's just one of the regular old long. I don't even know what the brand is. Big old long. It's only about 2 or 3 foot long.
Do you have
We
the dream mat in it or the miner's moss?
go Coke. What was that?
Do you have the miner's moss in it or the dream mat?
Oh, it's got the mat. I think it's got the green, like the green mat, like scrubby pad material in there.
Okay, so you get the
Yeah.
miner's moss.
Yeah. Coca Creek, you're going to be in the fines. That's all you go for. We don't ever go for anything but fines down there. That's
You
kind of.
need
But
to try
we
one of
don't.
them dream mats in it.
It's got what?
You need to try one of them dream mats in it.
Yeah, that might be true. Well, like I said, it's been a couple of years since we got out there, but and it's so damn hot this year. I don't even want to get out of the house. Right? It's been horrible. But like I said, what I was going to say was we went down to Coke Creek. Was it last year when we got out there? I think it was last year we got out there, and we panned for gold. and we were pulling out of Coca Creek, and it's coming up this hill. It's kind of way back there in the woods, and Matt, the cooler was splashing water, and Matt, I said, get back there and fix that. So he whipped back there, but when he opened up the camper, he set the gold pan down on the ground on the side of the freaking road. It still had gold in it, where we still had the speck. We hadn't cleaned it up.
Yeah.
Anyway, that was from the washout and stuff. So he got back in the truck. We drove all the way over to my friend's house. It's probably 2 or 3 miles. And he lives on National Reserve. You have to open up them big old yellow locks. He lives back on that. And so we got back there, and that night we got to cooking dinner and everything. I was like, where the hell's that pan? Son of a bitch. We left that on the side of the road. Me and him was like, oh, damn it. We looked everywhere. We were pissed. We'll go in the morning. Ain't no one going to go down there because we're coming out. It's kind of remote, so we'll figure it'll be right there. So we go that next morning, and we got in the truck, and we drove on back down there. And then I realized, I left the trail cam down there. Let me go get that trail cam. Well, first of all, that trail cam was sitting up there by the road. I used it to monitor traffic in and out at night. That's what I used that for, my security camera, right? Anyway, that sucker had left that tree somehow or other and come down to the road, and it was like 162 videos, and 161 was perfect. Now, video 162, it's just all gray, like something is carrying it and moving it. Anyway, I found it face down on the road, and that pan was missing. So we're like, oh, hey. So we went back about 3 miles, 2 or 3 miles, back over to my buddy's place. And we're sitting there, and I walked over to get a cup of coffee, and I knew in my head, I said, I bet they brought it back. Matt says, what? And we looked over there behind them, and sure the hell not, they brought that pan back, sitting over there. Still had that speck of gold in there, just like it had pine needles in there. Cause from over there in that road, there was pines, and a pine needle fell in it that night. Over where we at, clear skies, buddy. There was no tree above us. We were out in the middle of the guy's property. Not a dang pine needle. And that just blew my mind. They carried that. First of all, they carried that. They still had a little water. Had the gold in. Didn't lose a drop of speck of gold. Didn't lose no water. They carried that thing 2 or 3 miles up through them mountains and brought it back to us. See, I mean, that cool stuff. You know, that's some stuff that makes you good. That's boogers down. Those did that. They were still cool enough to do that. So,
I have a gold prospecting group called Prospecting USA Hunting America's Treasures. Yeah. And I also have a California Gold Prospectors and Treasure Hunters.
Right. Yeah, I think I've followed a few of them. I might be following a couple of your groups there because I know I follow some prospectors.
Yeah.
Pine Knot, just to let you know, there has been a couple times, though, that has almost happened. That's when I first seen one. It's where I almost done something in my britches, because all I could do is just drop my head down, and just, in total panic, and just drop my head when it turned on me. And the second time, I was actually sitting on the toilet, and you see these two big old white, yellowish looking eyes looking between the blinds, looking right at you, while you're sitting down on the toilet. Yeah, that's the second time. That's not fun, dude. Not fun, but it happens. When you live with them, that's what happens, dude.
Yeah.
Well, like that's like them howls that we heard down there at Hollins. That was the first time I heard a howl.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a Sunday morning at 4 a.m. I was out there on my little potty bucket.
Yep.
And heard that K9 howl back off in the woods down there. It didn't scare me because it was far enough away, but I was so excited for actually hearing it.
Yeah.
But like I said, it sounded more like a canine instead of a booger, which I'm thinking it may have been a dog man.
Could have been. It could have been, or it could have just been that booger. Sometimes they do howl alike, but then again, there is a distinction. There really is. But, when they was actually howling before we knew about them, I always blowed it off as coyotes. I knew it was different than regular coyotes, but we still blamed it on coyotes because we would not put in our brain that no such thing as a Bigfoot. But, we found out different, and even when I teased my brother about it, because he said he had seen one, and we giggled at him, ridiculed him a little bit, just for the fun. But I tell everybody now, I proudly wear a foot in my mouth just for what I did to him. Just tease him a little bit. He was being 100% honest. What he was seeing out there in that woods that one time. And I mean, he said he was right there, right in front of him, no more than 2 or 3 feet in front of him when he walked up on it. And we just didn't believe him, which we shouldn't have did that, but we did.
Hey,
When you
Flat Rock.
don't believe in something, you just don't. Go ahead,
Uh,
buddy.
you know, Patrick got his tent unzipped, and the next night he's out there sleeping beside the fire and got his shit caught on fire.
Yeah.
I wonder if one of them might have moved his foot over there to wake him up.
I wouldn't know, but I know when I was at Hollins at one time, I don't remember which group it was with. It was one of the campouts. I've
Yeah.
been there. I've been there 9 times now. One of the campouts, something had happened, and I knew my tent was close to where that event happened.
Yeah.
I didn't sleep in my tent neither. I went and got my truck. I wasn't staying in no tent knowing there was a burger right there, and I'm only got a tent between me and it. No. No. I don't.
No.
I mean, I respect them, but I don't trust them. No.
Well, I told Matt that night, I told him that next night, we're getting ready to go to bed, and we had the windows open this summertime, and I said, hey, look, man, last night something put his hand in on my window and put his hand on my leg, and it wasn't, it wasn't mean or anything. I just rolled over and was kind of like, hi, but no, I'm going to roll over, and it took his hand off. Matt said, Matt shut his window, and I said, dude, I was trying not to get you to freak out. He said, no, man, I ain't doing that stuff. So he shut his window, and then, no, I ain't doing that, dude. And I was like, dude, I was like, man, I'm not, I shouldn't have told you. But
Yeah.
he's like, no, I ain't doing that. He shut his window. Right, man.
Well, when I'm camping, I'm sitting there in my car seat, and I got my windows down, and so.
That's Matt. Hey, that's my son, Matt. Hey, tell him about that time. Hey, Matt, tell him about that time where you found yourself stuck in the bushes. Something picked you up and threw you in the bushes.
Oh, yeah. See, that was a new thing that happened to me. Not new. It just I just now remembered it not long ago. I think it was like within this week or something. But what happened was, geez, I just forgot. Okay, what happened was I was hanging out with some of my buddies, and we're gonna make a bonfire, and we got I finally got the fire going. None of my friends had showed up yet, and I was standing on the side of the fire pit, and next thing I knew was I woke up on the side of the bank. I'm trying to remember, so that's why I'm trying to focus. I was on the side of the bank, and then looked around. I was like, "What the heck am I doing right here?" Because I was just now trying to get the fire going. Picked up a log or two, and then I picked up and put it on the side of the bank. Got back up. My buddies just got up on the drive, so I went up and got them. But I didn't know what the heck what that was that picked me up and moved me on the side of the bank. I was wide awake and doing all good, and we just.
Let me ask you this something, Matt. Did you hear something before that? Right before you just went out, did you hear anything?
Nah, I didn't hear nothing. It was.
Let me tell you the reason I asked. There's this guy in North Georgia. His name is Happy. He was hunting. Okay, he was up in his little hunting stand. Next thing you know, he hears this yell or something, and then his next thing, all he knows is he was inside his car, pee all over himself, but he don't know how he got from his hunting stand into his car. You know? So I know right what you're talking about, Bubba. Know
Yeah,
exactly what you're talking about.
Well,
yeah,
that's like Billy and them didn't remember coming back off the hill up there at the Greenfield.
Yeah, that's right. Billy went through that situation. Yeah. Guy right here in chat, he went through that same situation.
a Verax. I don't know
Hey,
if he,
Greg.
but he reminded me of it. Verax,
Yeah.
whatever, VERTX,
Yeah.
something like that. But yeah,
VERAX. Yep.
AX, yeah,
Yep.
yeah,
I
good
kind
man.
of know his real name, but I ain't gonna say it.
Oh, okay, cool.
That's like dog. He won't. He don't want nobody telling his real name either.
Yeah. I mean, cause Burak, he's from Canada, but you know, like I said, I know his real name, you know, but I'll leave it at that. You know, cause he don't want it known, so you know, I'll leave it at
Yeah,
Burak. Mm-hmm.
yeah, but yeah, I just had to say that story. Your dad's going to the dub now.
Tell about them
But,
browns that come in on us. Or them two that were talking on them two ridges.
Those two,
1,000 stories.
man, guys, I got too many stories. You know,
Been there, done that, buddy.
I don't know if y'all want to hear all the stories I got, but
Such a Bigfoot in the tree.
man, I can tell you about. They ain't got so many stories. I'm telling you,
Well,
I
just
got
tell a couple of them, Matt.
Okay, I want to tell off a bunch, and y'all
I tell you what. Tell your
what
scariest one. The scariest you ever been around them. What's the scariest you ever been around them?
scariest. Oh
Yeah.
well,
Your scariest encounter.
yeah, that'll be up in Kentucky, but that's the one that we always tell the most.
I don't know it.
Well, okay, I tell you that one because okay, the scariest one was up in Kentucky, and we was not in the. We're at the Tennessee borderline, and there was a trail in Kentucky that we were backwoods tenting, camping. What do you call it? Backwoods camping. Yeah, with the tent, and we had our fire, had our food, had our such, and we're chilling out for the night. Got into our tent, and then the dad went out to go pee. He saw two little beady eyes, red little lights. He came back in the tent. He told me, "Hey man, there's like a little possum out in the distance. There could be a Bigfoot, some squatchy thing, man." Goofing off with me, but
Mm-hmm.
I was like, "Yeah, wrong, whatever, just a possum." Okay, cool. And we lay down for about 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and we heard some ruckus up above our heads. They were shaking the trees. They were shaking the trees so hard that they were knocking the trees. That's
Yeah.
what it sounded like. For me, in my mind at the time, it sounded like someone busted a piece of hardwood about 3-inch diameter against a tree, busted the head of it off, and it ruffled through the leaves. But it's also branches that were hitting together too.
Yeah.
And it was only in one area, and it kept on knocking in branches and such, just twirling and twisting and whatever it was doing up in this. That's what I was hearing,
Yeah.
And then it just went to pitch silent. And at this time, or when it was getting ruckus and stuff, of course, me and Dad woke me up, and I thought it was him in a sleeping bag making noise, like a trash bag, is what it sounded like with my earplugs in. So it was more ferocious when he woke me up. I was like, "There's more sounds to it than a
Yeah.
sleeping bag." And he's like, "Hey man, you hear that?" I was like, pulled my earplugs out, and I was like, "Holy crap!" And the tent is not moving. It is perfectly steady. I even touched the side of the tent and to see if it was moving, make sure it wasn't just my eyes playing tricks on me. And the tent was not moving, was not picking up any like waving wind or anything. And we have this big ruckus going on above our heads. And Dad said, "What the frick do you think it is?" I told him, "Do you got earplugs out?" He said, "No." I was like, "Well, probably take your earplugs out to hear what we're hearing." And that's what we said, and it was still going on. So that's why I say it takes about this whole time period was 5 minutes long.
Yeah.
Just listen to this ruckus in one spot, and then when dead silent, this thing made no noise coming down the tree. It didn't make no noise landing on the ground. It didn't make no noise at all. All we heard was silence and little tiny tick. What do you call it? Sticks
Yeah.
and twigs. It's very tiny ones getting tossed on the top of the tent, just like little pitty patty every
Yeah.
now and then. You know, just that little sound of a leaf hitting the top of the tent or something like that. And this is July 5th. So there's not really anything coming off the trees in that time period.
No. You know,
Right.
that's on July 5th of 2019 is when I actually recorded my first audio, period. You know, I didn't know it was Bigfoot. I was recording if it was people actually coming into the yard, which the night on July 4th when we actually seen somebody cross through the yard. Didn't know that was a Bigfoot crossing through the yard, but it was crossing through the yard. So I put out the recorder on that late night, and that next morning I went and got the recorder, and there's all that noise, of them continuously knocking like they were communicating with each other. You can actually hear them coming up on the porch. You can actually hear them licking, lift the grill up and licking the that black stone and licking the grease trap.
Wow.
I got them talking, in gibberish, and grunting at each other, blowing, blowing like that right there. You can actually hear them, doing that right there. Just all kinds of stuff. But I never would say that was a Bigfoot because I didn't know what a Bigfoot was. I mean, I've heard about it on TV, but didn't know what it was. All I know is, hey, I got some pretty good. We had somebody up on our porch, acting a fool. But yeah, that was my very first recording on July 5th night. Sure was. But our first event was a July 4th. Right there at dark, where something had crossed the yard. Sure did. Sure did.
Wow.
Sure enough. So
That's cool.
yeah.
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 I heard them do like on two ridges. It was like a father and son by the tone of their voice. It was like two of them, and one said, "We're thinking that's a little one," and the other
Yeah.
one said, "We're like, what the heck are we hearing?" That was like vocally like preacher dude sounds up there. Like, what's that sound we heard? But that's what they sounded like for us, and they were on the ridge line, and the little one was,
Yep.
and the father.
Yep. Yep.
That's what they
Yeah.
sounded like for us, and I was like,
Yeah.
okay. That's
Yeah.
the way I
Now.
can interpret what they sound like.
Yep. Yeah. Go. Other than my first encounter, which that scared me the worst. My second best, scariest one. I just got through eating breakfast over at my mom's house. Coming down come off the out the door, across the porch, down the stairs, and I couldn't have walked no more than 2 steps. And then the next thing you hear this boom. It sounded like two trees hitting each other. That's what it sounded like, just two trees, not two limbs, two trees. It literally shook the ground. I don't know if it stomped at me, but it sounded like tree hitting tree to me. But whatever it was, it shook the ground where I was at standing. All I could do was, once I took that second step, I turned my tail back around, walked right back into that house. No. That was, I mean, that just literally shook the hell out of me. Not the ground, just the event shook the living poo out of me. That was totally unexpected, but it happened. It was crazy, but it happened. And I mean, thinking about it now, it's just one of them events that happen because there's so many things that's happened here. You can't keep count. You just clip what you can. That you record, save the original, and let people hear it. And save it for in future time when these recordings may be valuable to people's understanding, so they won't have to go through what we went through anymore, like we did. Just come in here and not know nothing, and you got 10-foot creatures standing outside your house.
Mhm.
No, 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 no. But
Yeah. Yeah, that was a wake up call for me. It was like I think it was the second solstice from where we're
Hey,
at.
Roger, hit the link.
What was that? My bad.
I told Roger to hit the link.
Cool. Heck yeah. But that was like the second solstice ago. That in the winter.
all these hard drives
Oh, okay.
are 4 terabyte hard drives, every one of them, and they're just full of stuff. Just full of what goes on out here. That's how many hard drives I got full of stuff. And I there's a lot of them I ain't even went through yet. But that's what I've collected out here since I started recording. I never get through all that stuff. Never.
That's a lot of good stuff.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Get in here, Roger. Talk about Untold Radio now. Come on.
Heck yeah. Well, I'm gonna head on off of here. My mom wants to play her stuff.
All right, Matt. Hey, it was good talking to you, buddy.
It was good talking to you. Unless my mom wants to talk to you, but she wants to play her stuff.
Well, hand her the phone. Then she
She's bored, and no, she ain't bored. She wants to get on watching her horses and such.
Keep on talking if you want to keep on talking.
Oh, I can keep on talking if I want to keep on talking, she says. Okay. There's no need. Okay, my bad. I was assuming something. So I'm wrong.
Well, we got God and Gut Ammo in here. We got Rex. We got Roger, Patrick, Billy, Greg, Hillary. Any
I
y'all?
do. I want to meet Hillary.
Hillary, hit that link. Come on here with us.
Come on, Hillary. I want to meet you.
Yeah. Heck yeah.
Roger,
come on in.
It don't matter if you're naked or not. You ain't scaring nobody.
Come on, Hillary. You too, Pine Knot. I like to see you come in here and tell us a couple of your stories, buddy.
Yeah, come on, Pie Knot.
Okay, I'm heading out, guys. Have a good
All
one, y'all.
right. Good to see you.
You take care, Matt. Hey, we'll talk again, buddy.
Heck yeah, y'all.
I'll
Have
see
a
you in the
good-
woods somewhere.
Have a good one, bud.
Somewheres. We'll be
All right,
doing
buddy.
something.
All right.
Heck
Bye bye.
You take care, man.
Heck yeah.
That's a good guy.
Yeah. Oh man. Let's see. We'll go this way.
Oh,
Now
come on, Hillary. I look like I just jumped out of a stump knot. Come on.
looks like I should be in one.
Wendell, put your link in. Roger said put your link in.
There it is again. Rex, you can hit it too.
But yeah, I really want to meet Hillary one day. I like her wit in the chat. Love
Oh
that wit of
yes.
hers.
Her and Ray Dawn giving
Yeah.
Spencer down the country.
Yeah.
Woo. Unfortunately, Miss Ray, she's having a rough time.
Yeah.
We got Roger backstage. Should I let him in? Hello.
What's
Going,
up, y'all?
Rod?
I can't see y'all. Hold on.
What take your glasses off?
then I can't see nothing.
Yeah, I wouldn't be able to see nothing without my glasses. I can't see nothing without glasses.
Hold on. Let's see here. I can't see chat, y'all.
Well,
On your left hand side, Roger, there's them 3 buttons. It's the one in the middle. It'd be on your left side.
Okay. Now I can see chat and I can't see y'all. Hold on.
Now we don't see you.
Hold on.
There you are.
Yeah, if you have anybody has any questions, y'all read them to me or something. What y'all doing?
Just playing around.
I had no idea.
I was taking a hike earlier through the woods, and it started raining on us. I had to walk back.
I was down in Alabama hanging out with Greg for a little while day, but before I went, I got blood drawn, and on the way back I got really, really tired, and I pulled over and got a large milkshake to help me out. So
there you go.
I took a nap. I'm good. So what's up, Wendell? You shave your head?
We just I got my days mixed up again and went live here, and now we're just filling in time.
Oh, that's some of the most fun ones,
Mm-hmm.
Just like I really like the relaxed ones. Sometimes we put too much pressure on ourselves trying to worrying about having a good show or whatever, and the thing is, the best part about all this is it's like everybody's sitting around talking on the porch, like we always say. So, but
yeah.
let me wait.
Little things like this, it keeps you from having those little brain farts where you're talking about something, you just later forget what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Which I get a lot of those. I get a lot of brain farts, where I just totally forget what I'm talking about.
I do that more than I would care to admit. Where it's getting worse.
Yep.
Exactly, Billy.
Yeah. Billy wishes somebody River wishes somebody a happy birthday, and I think I missed it. And it's like tomorrow, the next day.
Missy's daughter.
Hold on a second.
Missy's daughter's tomorrow.
Go ahead. Can y'all see me now?
Yeah.
Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna watch the chat and talk to y'all. So
okay.
Hillary, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to offend you earlier, but I figured I need to get her first, right?
Yeah. Because she'd definitely get you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gary.
Yeah, I sure don't want to be on Hillary's bad side. She can bring the gusto some with her wit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes it's Hillary's sense of humor was what my sense of humor used to be. I used to be quick witted. Now I'm slowing down. And today I couldn't even think straight. I told Greg, I said, I think they took the only good blood I had, the smart blood I had, and I couldn't even talk complete sentences there for a little while.
Yep.
I had to get some rest.
Yeah, we had us a good show powwow last night. The 6 of us.
Yeah.
Messenger.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't. How late was it?
We
It was
stopped
3
around
o'clock
3
my
o'clock.
time
Yeah.
before we got off,
Yeah.
Oh my God.
which would have been 4 o'clock your time.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it was pretty late. My eyes started closing, so I had to go.
Oh, we got
Well, I saw Gary says a show go on another 3 hours. He didn't think I could see the chat. I'm looking at the chat.
Yeah.
Pat, you're not showing up. It says your device is not connected.
Look who showed up. There's River.
Hey, River.
He felt us talking about him.
Well, I told him we was live a while ago. River, there's the link. Click on it and come on here. Patrick, try again.
Y'all, who I was going to McMinnville in a couple weeks?
I'm gonna try to get there. I'm gonna be at LBL. I gotta find out how far it is from LBL to McMinnville. Because I'd like to go to McMinnville during the daytime and then head back over to LBL, for the afternoon and night.
I'm gonna guess you probably, because you would come down and run I-40 probably and go through Nashville to be the quickest route, which that Nashville traffic. So
Yeah, I got to go over and pick up 65 and go up through there and go around Nashville to get there.
Probably, I'm gonna guess from here to there is about 2 hours. So
2 hours.
I'm gonna say you're probably 3 hours from LBO.
Okay.
But the roads to get to the main interstate is gonna take
What's
a while.
going on?
Yeah. Gotcha.
Hatterick.
Where you going, Roger?
Yeah, I'll find out because I really want to go, to McMinnville.
Yeah.
I've been wanting to go since the first one when Scott Carpenter passed, but I never got a chance to go. So I'm really wanting to go because they said it's always been a really good one.
Well,
so I'm really wanting to go, but
the few that I've been to, matter of fact, y'all can search my name and search the McMinnville, the name of the show, Wild Man, Tennessee Wild Man. And I had a reporter come up last year and talk to me. I forgot about it. And and I was searching some stuff the other day and I found it. And she was asking me, I haven't been to as many as y'all have, but I'm gonna tell you, there was almost as many people, there as the Gatlinburg one I went to in 2022. It surprised me being such a new one, and it was in Dixon, I think, the first year, and then they moved over to McMinnville. And I feel like this year it's going to be a lot bigger because and there were some really good people there. Of course, y'all know they got Kumbo and they got MK and all those and Hellbent Holler. Joe was so nice to me last year. You get to meet these people. We met, of course, Chad and Erica, of course, and we had a great time. I mean, and I'm glad it's 2.5 hours ain't that far because I go the long way because it's real pretty drive. But y'all,
is that the 16th and 17th?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah. So
I might ride down there.
If some of y'all are coming from the west side of McMinnville, there's some little hills and hollers. If any of y'all know, George Dickel whiskey and all that, Tennessee whiskey, Cascade Hollow, you can visit there, and it's real pretty, real small. It's not as nowhere near as big as Jack Daniels, but it's a beautiful hollow.
Now, ain't it
And
at the end of the month? End of August?
16th,
It's the
Oh, the
16th,
16th.
yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it was at the end of the month. Well, shoot. I go then.
Flat Rock, don't feel bad because we were down there designing T-shirt today. Me and Greg, and they're designing a cool night owls one, and I ordered 36 just to have and just to have something there, and I said, "What's the turnaround? When can I get them?" She said, "Oh, it'd be kind of couple weeks, but not really 2 weeks or whatever." And I kind of dropped my head. Oh man, I was thinking it was next weekend, not this weekend coming, but the next. And Greg said, "It's the 16th, Roger. It's 2 weeks."
Yeah, I thought it was the 29th and the 29th and 30th, man.
Yeah. Well, there's so many.
That's the other one. I don't remember the name of it.
There's so many of them, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm
Y'all-
surely a go now, since it ain't gonna be the same time as down there at LBL. I'll be
Flat
able to go.
Rock. Flat Rock would have showed up. That'd been something like I did.
Hey, I
show
would
up.
have. I
It
really
wouldn't
would
open.
have.
Yeah. They've been probably having like girls volleyball or something. And also,
Yeah.
Yeah, we were talking about it last night. I couldn't remember what the date was.
Yeah. I thought it was the end of the month. I really did. Surely did.
I went. I snuck in and watched a couple presentations. They've got a nice auditorium, and it was Milner Recreation Center, I guess. And I watched a couple the presentations and stuff. I think I don't remember. Gary, were you there last year?
How many people show up for that?
A bunch.
Oh yeah?
How many?
Yeah. How many people usually show up for it?
I don't have
What's
a
the
number.
ballpark?
But if there was 4,000 reported at 2022 at the Gatlinburg, which I don't think that was 4,000 people, but I'm gonna say last year the people I saw, I'd say there was probably 1,200 people, maybe.
Yeah.
But like I said, y'all, this is only the third year of it, and
You know
then
any free campgrounds up there?
I don't know. Probably you could probably find some, but hey, over in that area, you could find plenty of places to pull over and sleep because it's kind of it's close to the mountains. You can start seeing the foothills and stuff, and I've been to McMinnville a few times in my life, and I keep uh, confusing it with Manchester, which Manchester's on the way. And Randy probably thought I was an idiot. He was on my show last year and was promoting it. he said, he said, no, that's Manchester. And I was like, oh hell, it's the same thing. And he looked at me like, oh. But I don't know. It's I had posted in Woodwalkers. I had asked Randy about the hotel situation. If y'all go on Woodwalkers and search
It's
that
6
page.
hours for me.
How many? 6?
Yeah.
Well, it's
Looks
between 3 and 4 for me.
Man, that was a good show last night, Pat.
Yeah.
That we were watching. I didn't know who that lady was from Missouri, I guess.
Oh, Mary?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. She's a good lady.
She
Yeah.
accepted my friend.
Her in Missouri, in Ava, Missouri. And we had a good time, man. They had food and I got whooped at, man, in my tent, right behind my tent. That's what they were talking about. One came through the tent.
Yeah.
Or camp. It ended up right behind my tent. Because I come
Wow.
running out of that tent as soon as I heard that, man. I mean, I come up out there like a rocket, man.
Me and Greg saw a metal sign today. We went shopping, and I think it was Grizzly Chris, wasn't it? What we were watching, Pat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So
Okay.
we were Greg sent me or carried me to a
Bigfoot Outlaw.
huge warehouse today, and they had some metal signs and stuff, and there was one we picked it up, and there was a bear on there and a tent, and it's talking about tents being like burrito wraps for wildlife.
I
And I thought, man, I need to buy that, because I've heard y'all
mean,
talk about that.
if one of them things wanted in anything, it wouldn't matter what it was, your car or a cabin or.
Yep.
I mean, if they really wanted in, I think
Yep.
Yeah.
they could get in.
Listen, so think about this: how many 12 to
Can't hold on
1500
my darn phone.
how many 12, 1500 to 2,000 pound bulls have you seen not leave just because of a couple strands of barbed wire? They could go.
Oh
They don't
yeah,
know. They don't know they can. But when they find out, so that's what Doug was talking about the other night. Was at Snell Grove? They had left the windows alone, and they showed up and they had broke the windows out. And he's like, "Oh no!" Once they figure out you're testing, like Greg had his screen door pulled on, right?
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
And then we went over there, and I looked where if it was doing that, would it be on the thing? He didn't hear it walk up, and you know something 400 pounds, 800 pounds, you're gonna hear it walk up the deck, right?
Yeah.
So I went over to the other side where the rail was, and the hairy arm print was exactly the level that it would have to bend to reach across to that door handle, and then that hair mashed up against the greasy, oily hair
I
up
am
against this glass
shocked
door.
that one of them hadn't fell through somebody's roof yet.
Exactly, exactly. Well, here's the thing: I've only heard of a few stories like that, but every time I've heard it, people are assuming that they are juveniles. Because you can tell, like if I'm
Yeah,
up there, if I put a 3-year-old up there and they run across, they're gonna sound different than me running across,
right, right.
So yeah, so if you had I don't care how good your roof is. My mom, they sold their house up on the ridge years ago because I've told this story before. There's a walnut tree. We lived in the woods up on the knob. There's a walnut tree had a big limb that come out close to the corner of the house, and we had rabbits under the back deck. Well, she heard she said it sounded like a man walking across the roof. So she got her pew pew and went out, and this mountain lion jumped off our roof onto the back deck and was chasing those rabbits. And she said that thing. So we we had. If y'all hear Trigger eating back here, I apologize. He crunching. So with that thing, the ones I saw, we saw so many of different ones. They had different markings on them, like deer do or whatever. Might be unique with the hair stripe down the back being a little darker, and the biggest ones I've ever seen personally, probably, and I know y'all gonna think I'm nuts, but about 200 pounds. A couple males, their freaking heads were massive, and they were running. I don't know where they were going. They run across in front of me and Peyton one night, and he seen a few of them. But the point I'm getting to is, you take 150 pound animal or person, man, they're gonna sound like, they're going. You got the boards are going to creak. You know what I mean? Because,
Yeah,
but I don't know. Now maybe let's say if they get on all fours, it may distribute the weight a little different. Maybe I don't know, but yeah, I mean, Greg, I went down there and he showed me. He was sitting in his recliner and he said it stopped right there. He pointed straight up. It stopped right above him, like it.
Hey, Tammy, good to see you.
Hey,
Catherine.
but
Hello.
anyway,
hey, Cat, Tammy.
who all's in here? Let me get back.
Where you going?
Barry, no, I'm right here. I'm just looking
Oh,
at. I have to skip back to look at the chat.
when's your
It's really
first show
weird.
with Greg and Kumbo? Next week?
On the
Do what
7th.
now?
Oh, okay.
What was that?
When's your first
When's your
show with Jumbo and Greg?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, next Thursday. We've got everything lined up. Um, I have to learn a couple of the simple things, but procedure stuff at the end. But
Barry, Uncle Barry.
and and the
Go
thing
on,
is,
Barry.
I don't know if if it goes like it normally does, Amanda might have to leave about 2 hours after. But we're gonna keep rolling if it goes that far. So
Well, say Kumbo's gonna be talking at the Alabama conference next year as well.
yep, and
So
we're
I'm gonna have to tell Anita. I said, Anita, you gotta let me talk before Kumbo now.
Yeah, because once he gets wound up, ain't nobody else going to get a chance to talk.
Yep, and that's another thing. We're gonna talk about that a little bit to people that might not know, so that we may pick up a few more people that visits that don't know all of us right now. Because we're gonna be exposed to a different audience. So
Yeah.
and Randy, the guy that's putting it on, Hutchins, he's been good to me. I don't know him personally, but he's pretty cool dude, and the 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 vibe was different. Um, I feel like there were more people willing to talk at that smaller one than Gatlinburg, because here's the thing. At Gatlinburg, they have the big names, right? You know what I'm saying? Where people that see people on TV and all that stuff, and it was there was some fanboying going on,
Yeah.
right? But this one, the people weren't as well known, and people come up to and talk to now MK was there. Of course, if you search YouTube any time in the past decade or 20 years, everybody knows who he is, and he's a super nice guy.
Yeah,
He's
he is a cool guy.
he's got a good heart, easygoing dude. But I don't know. I'm excited for people to hear about some of the stories and happenings that are not as publicized. And if you ask some random person about what they know about Bigfoot, they're probably they're probably gonna know about Bluff Creek or California, and they might know about Falk, Arkansas, depending on where they're at, and probably three or four things they might have heard. We all know that there's tons more, right?
They're everywhere.
Yes.
They
So
are everywhere.
They are everywhere. You got that right.
yeah, and there was a book put out, and I don't know how many copies the guy made. It's some I don't it wasn't Peter Byrne or some one of those guys back in the day. He mistakenly thought that they were all in like the Rockies and the West Coast, Northwest, Pacific Northwest, and he didn't think they existed any further than that. But I've got people over here in this other county that'll tell you different.
Yeah.
Yeah,
From the
there
We
40
are
got
to
them
50.
down here tell you different too.
Absolutely.
I mean, there's accounts in almost 48 out of the 50 states, damn
Yeah.
near.
And Hawaii is one of them that's
Yeah,
not. And then I'm sure some of the little small states in the northeast corner.
and I bet you they have little people or something. Something.
Hawaii does have the little people.
Y'all, something's going on. I mean, without getting
Yeah.
too deep.
Yeah,
We talked about an awakening of several things, and this is part of it. And I feel like it's you have all these things going on, and people are learning weird stuff that's true, and I feel like they're running parallel to each other right now. But I feel like at the end we're gonna find that connection, and it may be good, it may be bad. I don't know.
well, the UFO thing's ramping up.
Absolutely.
All
And
kind of natural disasters happening. I mean, it
All the
is.
earthquakes,
Yeah, it's
volcanoes,
ramping up. Volcanoes and
hurricanes, tornadoes.
some of them naders.
I tell you, the weather's just plumb gotten scary lately.
Hillary's focusing on Patty's hemorrhoids. You know, when you're doing a show or whatever, and a statement like that is made,
Yeah.
uh,
Oh, bye, Roger. Somebody shut you up. Come back, Roger.
Who's she talking about? Who's Hillary talking about? Patty's roids.
Yeah.
I don't know why she don't come on.
Hey,
Oh,
Miss Catherine.
I'd like to see her.
Roger.
I like them West
Roger.
Virginia women.
Lost in space out there, buddy. I think you hit the wrong button. There you are.
sorry, y'all. my fat finger hit the wrong something. I don't know.
You drink a lot of that Sun Drop.
I love the regular Sun Drop. I can't have it anymore. Just every now and then.
They drink it up here a lot. I have
It's
never drank one.
we see. Okay, y'all want to hear a story about Sun Drop?
Yeah.
Okay. So y'all know my family had a country store and then they had an interstate store. And so the same guy that was delivering back in the 70s stayed with the company and worked his way up to supervisor and all that. And we knew him pretty well. And so back in the 70s and early 80s, people would um, like come in the store and they'd have their Sun Drop headache, right? You know, I need my Sun Drop. They drink half of it back to the up to the register and pay for it. My aunt had 11 or 12 cases at all times. People would get up and, oh my God, we only got 4 Sun Drops and there's 5 of us. Somebody needs to go to the store. So I asked the guy later, and that quit happening. And I asked the guy later, I said, man, what's up with Sun Drop? What do you mean? And I told him all that. And he said, well, here's what happened. So he said, first off, you know about like tequila and the worm or fruit and alcohol. And that soaks up, some of the alcohol, right? And so if you eat the worm at the end or eat some of the fruit out of moonshine, it'll knock you in the dirt. Well, he said the original Sun Drops, and I remember it, they had citrus. They have orange juice in it. So like this is Diet Sun Drop. It still has 5 calories, and that's because they have to get the flavor. They have to use orange juice. Okay.
Yeah.
So they would take that pulp and grind it up, and they would add it to it for a little flavor. And man, it was so damn good. Oh my God, it was good. Well, they kept testing it because doctors were like, something's wrong. I've got people with kidney trouble, and they drank 8 Sun Drops a day, and I believe that's what it is. And they would test it. And they're like, no, they pushed the legal limit, right up to the limit. And they tested it, and then it was good. Well, one day somebody figured out, like, wait a minute, let's test the liquid and the pulp. That pulp was soaking up 2 times the legal limit plus the third one. So this thing was loaded with caffeine, and that's why people were hooked on it. And that's, I remember it. It was like nectar of the gods. Like, oh God, there's a Sun Drop. And one of my favorite mixers is Sun Drop and like Old Charter. It just goes together. And they've changed both of them, so it's not any good anymore. But anyway, you take. I knew Pulaski over here is where the plant was. And it was regional, like real tight regional. And we had no idea that the Carolinas had it too. So I remember the first Sun Drop commercial I saw years ago with Dale Earnhardt. He was talking about Sun Drop. I said, North Carolina or something like that. I said, that line SOB, they ain't got Sun Drop. We've only got Sun Drop. And I have to apologize to old Dale. He was telling the truth. So,
I used to work for Pepsi when I was like 18. I worked on the bottle line.
oh, did you?
Man, when Mountain Dews come off the line, they are so good, man.
Yep.
Holy crap.
Did you happen to work around there like around 1980?
Uh,
And the reason you remember the old bottles
yeah,
of Mountain
well,
Dew?
that would have been, 79, 80.
So I remember the first Mountain Dew I ever saw was in Chapel Hill, Tennessee. We went in, we were fishing up at Duck River. We went in to get a snack. And when I was fishing, I always liked to get pickled eggs and pickled bologna for some reason, crackers. And I went in there and there's this bottle, returnable bottle, and it said Mountain Dew. And I was probably 10 years old, 9, 10 years old or so. And I'm like, what is that?
Wait a
Oh,
minute. You
it's
were
some, it's
10 and 80? Oh,
yeah,
that's right. I
I was
forget.
born in 71. I was born in
Yeah, I was
70.
born in 58. I'm sorry.
So,
The Kickapoo Joy Juice. That was
but,
awesome.
but long story short, I opened up that real cold Mountain Dew for the first time and took a drink of that. And Daddy's like, what do you think? I said, oh no. He said, what? I said, it's almost as good as Sundrop. He said, don't be saying that around here.
It comes out cold and then they reheat it before
Oh,
they
really?
ship it out. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, see,
Huh?
bless you. Who was that?
That was me.
Oh, you got something. No, I'm kidding.
I was coughing, not sneezing.
All right, Wendell, I'm done. I'm not gonna pick with you no more because I don't know what's coming back from your side. So no, I mean, and the thing is, I think too much. So at the store, I was wondering why does this stuff taste like it does used to? Well, they changed the plastic bottles. It don't get as cold. You
No.
used to have coolers that shut, right, and it wasn't any light in them, and they were smaller. You got these walk-in coolers now. Think about this. I'm gonna give y'all a little tip.
And it
This
tastes different in glass bottles than it
it
does plastic.
it does
Yes.
because they're bottled somewhere else now. So,
Yeah.
they contract out that bottling now instead of in house. A lot of times, they'll focus on one thing. Let me give y'all a tip. So when you walk into a store, it has a big walk-in cooler, and this is doesn't mean nothing about nothing, but this is cool. If you notice, they've got the fluorescent lights running up and down in the doors on the sides.
Yeah.
You open the door up. Do not grab a drink within 2 or 3 slots of that. Can you tell me why? It ain't gonna be as cold as that one in the middle, right? Because it's over here beside the light source. And
And plus, the
Yeah.
light is actually doing something to the mixture.
well, that's my theory. That's not I tested it. I'd go in the field of them. I'm like, man, no wonder people are coming around. This thing's hot. I'm like, well, don't get it beside the light bulb. You know?
Yeah.
Listen, y'all. One of the funniest things that used to happen at the store, it would be legit 12 degrees, and it'd be early morning, colder than dog crap. North wind coming out and coming under our canopy, and the door would open, and my heater wouldn't even heat the place. So, um,
Happy
people would
birthday, Catherine.
people would go
Is
pump
it Cat's
gas.
birthday? Well, happy birthday. Sorry,
Uh-oh.
Roger.
Happy
No, you're good.
birthday, Catherine.
Happy birthday. Was she 29,
Something
27?
like that.
Yeah, I would
17.
say so.
17.
So, so y'all think about this. I'd have somebody pull up. This happened like a ton, not just one time. People would pull up early in the morning, colder than crap, wind chill was probably 0 or better. They'd get that pump handle out with no gloves, and they would pump gas and stand there freezing to death, and their hand would be cold, right?
Yeah.
They come in and they get a sun drop with that hand, and they said, "This thing's hot." I said, "It ain't hot. It's just warmer than your hand." What do you mean? That don't make sense. I'm like, all right. So I said, okay. I come up with a way to prove it. When you go outside and it's 12 degrees and the wind's blowing, 8 mile an hour, go over there to the ice box with the ice in it, open it up and stick your head in there, and it's going to feel warm to you. No way. No way. That's why they say, if you get wet and it's cold and snowy, to like get in under the snow, because it's actually probably warmer than the wind or whatever.
But
So
even if you go in and wash your hands when you've been outside, the water makes it feel warmer. You know what I mean? Even if it's
yep.
cold water on cold hands.
And yeah, and that's a simple thing, but I mean, because the reason I try, because I get cussed out about that. This sun drops hot. I take a drink. Well, and then look at it like, damn, that's odd. It's not hot when I took a drink, you know. But anyway, that's random Roger stuff right there, y'all. So
Yeah.
you got time. I have too much time to think at the store, but a lot of times, um, you had to think on your toes on the interstate because you didn't know what you were ever, you know, what you're going to run into from day to day.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Oh,
Man, I pulled in. I was going to look at a Ford Ranger today. I was just messing around.
yeah.
Man, I seen them dudes. They jumped in a golf cart. They headed straight for me, man. So I started whipping around, running from them. And they finally caught up to me and they said, "Can we help you?" I said, "No, I'm just looking for my golf ball out here, man."
I pick the most expensive vehicle out there. I
Oh,
think the most expensive vehicle on the lot. I think it bounced off of that one.
oh hell.
Holy. That's
That was
funny.
funny.
They
Golly, I seen them coming, man. Like they're like damn sharks, man.
Oh yeah, yeah. You
I
better
didn't even
not
get out
trade.
of the truck. I was just driving through.
You better not trade that truck off, man. That's a cool truck.
Oh no, I'm not, man. I was just driving through.
Uh, um,
I didn't have
Trick-
nothing to do.
Trigger's done found out how to open up the sliding door.
Hey,
And
that's cool.
Well, there's things back there he don't need to be in.
Might freak you out one day.
I know. I know.
That door slide open.
He's so funny, y'all. I don't
I
know.
hate I can't have a dog here.
I've always liked. I went years without one because I had something bad happen to one time, and I'm like, man, I ain't going through that again.
You know,
But
I rent, but my neighbor's got 4 cats and a dog. They own the trailer. They rent the lot. And he won't let me have a dog. Yeah, he's pretty, man.
Yeah. Hey,
My
Trigger.
son's girlfriend has one just like him.
I didn't think in my whole life I would ever pull a dog's teeth, but when his teeth would get to itching him, his baby dog teeth, that son of a gun would come to me and put his mouth on my fingers, and I'm like, what is he doing? And I started feeling one day, and one of them flipped up sideways. You know, they don't have roots on them, and it flipped up sideways, and I just grabbed it and snatched it out of his head. He didn't make a noise. He didn't do nothing. He went back about his business, and every time he needed a tooth pulled that didn't just fall out naturally, he would get up in my lap and do the same thing. And Heather said, "I ain't never seen nothing like that." I'd reach in there and I'd be, "Oh, now go on."
Hell, Boo kicked Flat Rock off the couch last night, man.
Yeah,
He
he
did.
did.
Hey, y'all, Flat Rock's outside. I'm scared.
Yeah, I was trying to go for a walk a little while ago, but it started raining on us.
It rained here today. Thank goodness, man.
Now, Flat Rock talks like I do. That's what I say a while ago too.
Yeah.
I called somebody the other day to do with my my doctor and stuff and whatever, in the place in Kentucky. I called and they answered the phone, said, "Hello, this is someone, whatever." And I'm like, "Oh yeah." So she goes talking. She said, "Okay, honey, yeah, we'll take care of it for you." And I said, I appreciate y'all." She said, "Why?" I said, "I can understand every word you're saying and I love it." She said, "Oh, you're so sweet."
Bless
She
your
sound
heart.
like a grandmother, right? And country
Bless your
grandmother.
heart.
Bless his. Oh yeah, that
Don't be saying that, Misty.
you don't want to hear that. Oh me, y'all. It's just I see. I'm scared to look at chat again. So if anybody has any questions, y'all let me know. I don't. I guess I saw some questions earlier was about the show next week, and then all
Yeah.
that. And
They was wanting to know when it is and all that.
yeah, same. Yeah, Thursday at 7 next week. Um, the the break, the break has been a little bit nice to kind of like refocus or whatever. Y'all know this. It can get, you have stuff and you get to researching, online or watching stuff. My mind freezes up and I have to step away for a couple, not a day or two. And and I was thinking about the other day. I feel so blessed to have Greg and Kumbo on the first show.
Mm-hmm.
Because I didn't know what we were going to do, and I was thinking about it, and I was thinking about the podcast, being available everywhere. And
Trevor, you're gonna have to try again, buddy. You're not connected.
River did a good job the other night. I didn't get to watch all. I watched a lot of it,
Yeah,
but
River has some cool stories.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, the one I think I heard it before, but I forgot about it. The one where the boy come home from school in the bus, and the one booger would come out and jump on the gate with him
Yeah.
and play. Yeah,
I like the
man.
little people one. The old man smoking the pipe. That was pretty cool.
Well, my my thinking, y'all know my thinking about all that is I couldn't figure out why.
No, nobody knows what you thinking anytime.
Well, I couldn't figure out why the Wendell. Sometimes I'm in that group too.
Yep.
I don't know what's coming out next. And see, like Flat Rock can tell you, when I was focused in on that orb, my brain disconnected from my mouth, and I
It
don't.
did. It did.
Oh, I I'm so glad it don't have audio. We'd had to cut it out.
That
But
happens a lot.
yeah, but see, my theory on that is
Well, I mean,
just
just the potty mouth comes out sometimes.
Well, it's
well,
not that, Patrick. It's it's the excitement of seeing something.
Yeah.
Just
Hey,
that
I'm
don't
guilty
supposed
of
to
it
be there.
myself, man.
yeah, yeah. I said something like, Wendell, can I cuss a little bit on your show?
Yeah.
I said something like, y'all ain't gonna believe this shit.
Yeah, that's exactly what you said.
Yep.
Quite a few times.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's the redneck coming out of me. But you're right. Flat Rock's exactly right.
That's like every time somebody sees something, they look to the next person and say, "Did you see that?
Yeah, yeah. Get down.
Did
Yeah,
you hear
well,
that? Yeah, I'm right here with you. I seen it. I heard it. Yeah."
and 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 people will get on to other people like, man, you should have been quiet. Most of the time, you don't even know you're even talking. You're so um, mind twisting. I mean, that when it first appeared, the very first thought I had, I started eliminating immediately when it first appeared onto the screen like this. I thought a drop of water was on the lens, but when it took off and I had to catch up, I'm like, oh nope, it ain't water. So, and
Well, that one that Eric and I saw, that thing bounced around like a on a heartbeat, man.
well, okay, what color was it?
It
You
was
told me?
red and then white. It was red
So
when I first saw it because I said, "You see that?" And she saw it then.
so what's up with the red lights at Hollins? Because you know how many people just before we saw the orb, Katie G and all them would tell you, I forgot who all was there. But Katie G was sitting on our tailgate and I was sitting down in my chair looking up at her. And I saw something like to her right behind her head, but like 30, 40 yards into the woods and about 40 yards, 40 foot, 50 foot up. And this little red dime quarter size light appeared.
Yeah, yeah.
And I thought,
This
y'all
thing
see that?
here,
Go ahead.
when we were looking down the hill from my tent, so it had to be up 10 or 12 feet in the air
Mm-hmm.
from where we
Because,
saw it.
right, because behind our truck, it immediately started
Right.
down like that,
Hey,
right?
Abby.
Hey, Abby.
Hey,
Hey,
Abby,
Abby.
Abby, I brought you something today. Don't let your daddy hold out on you. It ain't much, but it's cool. I told him make sure you got a couple of them.
Now wait a minute. Abby's my buddy now. Come on now.
I
Well,
don't think so. She's my
Oh
buddy.
no.
wait a minute
Oh
now.
yeah.
We're gonna have to get some
Well, she's
boxing
You'll
saying
have
gloves.
to
thank you,
fight over it,
Roger.
Patrick, when you get here now. She's my buddy.
Oh, she said, yeah. The 3D little Bigfoot. I had that guy locally print
Is
out.
it Abby's birthday?
No way. Is it?
No, hers and Greg's the same birthday.
Yeah,
Oh,
you're right. Damn,
yeah.
Wendell, good.
Somebody said happy birthday, Abby. Oh, I was going to say, that ain't right.
Trigger, if you're gonna open the door, please shut it. I mean, I got to
Hey,
teach you
Miss
that.
Leanne.
Misty, y'all. If I was gonna go to battle with Bigfoot, I would want like 12 Misties.
Yeah,
Yes, absolutely.
I sent her a video of a squirrel jumping on the guy's back. I told her that was her on Spencer. That was so funny, man. That squirrel tore him up.
Hey,
you know that book that DA put him in. He should have made it a Steve Lilly.
hey, when she come over to Mark's house, yo, and I went up there to meet her, yo, I mean, all kinds of surprised, yo. She looks mean enough to jump a gator. I actually told her that when I was up there. She looked mean enough to jump a gator, and I bet you she would if she had that chance.
Yep. You know what? Y'all ever seen
I think she
I
did for fun.
can imagine her going off. Y'all ever seen an anchor get loose and that thing start flipping around?
Yeah.
You know, up there, that'd be like her fish. You wouldn't see none of them. They'd be just knocking the hell out of you.
Yeah, like I said, I think Misty would jump a gator just for fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. But she's she's cool. Y'all all know that. So I got to give a shout out to one of my co-hosts. I got home today and there was a box, and y'all know Ashley. Hold on, Ashley loves Nessie and all that stuff, and there's a box, and I got a actual Nessie from Scotland. Magnet.
I hear you.
And here's my favorite: some 12-year-old Scotch and bourbon aged in a sherry cask. I can't drink that for a couple of days, but no, and thank you for that little and a t-shirt too. But yeah, it's I can't.
I got me a Bigfoot bottle of liquor.
I saw that. I thought.
Yeah.
I honestly
I've been trying to
thought
find
that.
one and I can't.
I thought that was
You can
AI.
order the bottle on Facebook somewhere.
I thought it was AI. I
No.
thought it was fake. And then
No,
you showed it one
it
night.
with
I'm like,
any liquor you like on it.
and I think somebody give Greg one recently. I think, or somebody showed it to me the other day.
Yeah.
But I'd love to have one of those.
Yeah, I want one too.
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't care if it's full or empty. I want one.
Heather came home with a bunch of fresh
What you
okra the
trade
other
for,
night.
Wendell?
I'll trade you a hat for it.
How about one of that pipe?
No.
Wait, what? What kind of pipe you got, Wendell?
It's a clay pipe made by Indians back in the 1600s.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, that's a cool pipe. No,
Yeah.
I'm only joking, Wendell. I wouldn't take your pipe.
Did you find it?
Actually, I got it from the guy that built my bedroom suite.
Sweet.
I
You
make
know-
clay pipes.
Patrick got one too, and it's really nice.
I make
like
clay
yours
pipes.
when that his is longer.
Wait a minute.
Really
Patrick,
nice.
you make clay pipes.
Yeah.
How
Hold
much?
on,
How much you charge me for one?
I don't have any clay.
We can go down the river and get some.
Well, I got to go down to see the Catawba Indians. There's that's an eagle's head. Can you see it?
Yeah, that's sweet.
Yeah.
Can you use them?
Yeah. See the hole?
Yep. I like cigars every now and then, and I like a good pipe tobacco too. Every now and then. I can't smoke it a lot because it.
That's a duck's head I made.
Man, there's so many talented people in this group. I
Yeah.
can't do nothing.
I get the clay and I take dental tools and mold out what I want, and then I take
Yeah.
a stone and polish it, and then I
Yeah.
build a fire and I cook the clay.
Now
That's
you,
sweet.
now you show it, y'all.
Yep. Duck head.
Yep.
This is the eagle head. Yeah.
Eagle
Anyway,
head. I can't say. Yeah.
yeah, and I made a turkey foot, and I got another big pipe up there that I made. I put a stem on it.
Come on.
Oh man, somebody made me one time out of the base of a buck antler, a white-tailed
Oh
deer,
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
and sawed it off level. Of course, it sawed it off level at the base. I think it might have been it was a shed antler because it was intact at the bottom, and he smoothed that bottom part off,
Yeah.
and then of course, drilled down in there but I couldn't. I'm a little bit of a wimp. I couldn't get a filter in it, and every now and then I get a hot ember.
Well, you just could put a screen in them, because
Screen
I
in
had
it,
a
yeah.
lot of them when I was like in my teens.
No comment.
Yeah.
Yeah, guys, this how dark it is just on the back side of my house. I'm 3 foot from my house right here, and that's how dark it is right here.
Well, if something snatches you up,
Yeah, it could. But this is
we'll be on
where
the
it
way.
comes. This is where it comes out at.
Wow,
Yeah.
you're braver than I am, for sure. Give us a good whoop, Flat Rock, and see if we get a response. You don't get them stirred up though.
I doubt there's gonna be anything answered back because I ain't heard nothing for a month. But
Shit, it's
I
hot. It's too
would.
hot for anything.
It is too hot, but I would.
Yep.
I'm mute though, so y'all don't hear
No,
me.
don't. You don't. No, don't do that. I'd feel bad if something happened. What happened to Flat Rock? Roger told him to whoop, and all heck broke loose.
All right.
Leanne said you need some light, Flat Rock.
Yeah. Well, the only light source we got is that pole light right there.
Yeah.
Barry said get them stirred.
Yeah. Oh, they'll be stirred in another month or two, month and a half from now. They'll be stirred up.
You have any muscadines?
Yes, sir. Yes,
You
sir.
do?
Yeah, they're wild muscadines all through these woods.
Oh man.
Oh.
I bet when they hit, they probably get them all.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
September is when they ripen.
Yeah.
I wonder what would happen if you put a 55-gallon barrel of fermented muscadines with kind of.
Hey, I heard from what stories I've been told about what you just said, they get into it.
Yeah.
I'm shocked somebody ain't tried to drug one. Really. I mean, with
Yeah.
something,
I know you're right. You're right.
Yeah, I mean, seriously.
Yep.
I'm shocked.
The moonshiners, somebody had to have one getting their moonshine.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
That
I mean,
would have been hilarious.
especially like
Mash. Yeah, probably
right,
got into
exactly.
mash.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Corn.
Yep. Well, you look at there's no telling how many abandoned stills are out there. Either the government got close or something happened to run people off. But most time people something bad hadn't happened. That was their livelihood, unless it was damaged, or whatever. But we talked to somebody the other night about. Oh, I know. I can't say who it was. I mean, no big deal. But said his family back in the day never sold an ounce of moonshine, but people don't realize all of us are in areas that moonshine was
Big.
money.
Yeah.
It's bartering. You take your corn and your sugar and everything. You make this stuff up. You go have a quart, half quart, or gallon, and go trade it for shoes, food. People, and that's the thing. People are like, why do the Southerners hate? It's not. It's the government because every time it's like they come nosing around and try to take stuff away from you that wasn't hurting nobody.
Yep.
When they quit let people drinking, that's when other people started making crap in radiators and poisoning people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, let them alone. They know what they're doing. They're they might
Well,
not have a degree and they might not be official scientists, but I know some pretty damn smart people that used to come up with stuff like that. You know,
uh,
um,
money was an issue too for some of those
absolutely.
people.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Yep. Well,
Well,
and the thing is, it the government couldn't tax it. You
That's
know,
right.
and that's the only problem with it. Here, let me tell y'all a story. Y'all see my hat? Let's see what it says.
Yeah.
All right, I worked for them for 4 years. 20 years ago, they voted in the Tennessee lottery. It got approved. Guess what happened next? They went through the whole state and they cleared out those fruit machines people used to play, right? The state, the gambling machines,
Hmm.
you'd sit there and you'd put money in it.
Yeah.
And, yeah, and they illegally cash out or whatever. Well, that's gambling, right? That's bad.
Yeah.
If they run in on you and you're playing a poker game, you got money on the table, you can have chips all day long. You got money on the table, but you're in trouble.
Yeah.
That's gambling. That's bad, right?
Yeah.
Tennessee's, oh, that's bad. The government can tax it and make money off of it. It's gaming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So y'all seen that in y'all states.
Yeah.
And this here,
Same with alcohol. You know.
exactly the point,
I
right?
mean, the whole thing's around the dollar, man.
That's right. So Jack Daniels, if y'all any of y'all ever been on a tour in Lynchburg?
Uh-uh.
Okay, so part of that tour, I mean, I don't know if they tell it on every one of them. I've been on a couple, and so Jack Daniels um, was about to be shut down. How do you know all that, Misty?
We fed them to him.
But so Jack Daniels was about to be shut down like everybody else back in Prohibition. I know it was before that. And I don't remember the timeline, but he's this point he's selling ungodly amount of alcohol, right? So the government come in to destroy everything and shut him down. He said, hold up." He's a businessman. He said, "Y'all don't understand how much I'm selling, but we don't care." I said, "But I'm paraphrasing, but you're about to care. Listen to my proposal. I sell X amount, let's say gallons a year. What if y'all taxed it and we added that tax to it, and then we could all make money?" That's a hell of a smart guy.
Yeah.
And that's what saved Jack Daniels was he was smart enough to bribe them some bitches legally.
Yeah. Well,
you know.
yeah, that's true.
So
That, but where the hell does the money go for the damn education? That's what I want to know.
you talking about with the lottery?
Yeah,
So
call it the education lottery, but
exactly,
It's
exactly.
where
called
the
So,
hell does that
congressional
money
raises.
go?
so I know
Congressional raises. That's what I say.
I know the answer. Um, so when you buy scratch offs, they let's say they have a run of 1 million packs of tickets or whatever. Y'all don't realize that, but I had my tablet. I could go look at the warehouse and see how many packs were in the warehouse, and like sometimes a run of popular game would be, there's liable to be 750,000 packs sitting in the warehouse, and with 5,000 retailers, it had 10 packs apiece. Do the math on that. So uh, they buy the lottery tickets from a place in Georgia that's really secure. They said it's more secure than Fort Knox and whatever. So anyway, um, 50 they pay very little for it, right? And maybe 20 something dollars a pack, and the packs are 300 and 600 depending on like ticket um the ticket cost and all that. The bigger number tickets, they're less in there. The bigger denomination money wise. So 50%. Let's take the profit. We take what the tickets cost, and then 50% goes hold on, to the players. Okay, now people are like, well, I don't ever see anybody win it. Well, think about it. We have free tickets, dude, which our boss was genius when she first set this up. If a state, not many states have free tickets, but the thing is, the rule is if you win a free ticket, you have to go back and get a free ticket. That's another sale, right?
Yep.
So it counts for the retailers, anyway, counts for us, or I'm not with them anymore. So, and I didn't sign an NDA, so if they get mad, they got a whole floor full of lawyers in
Do they
Nashville.
really put like if it's a $4 million? Do they honestly put a $4 million winner in
Oh,
one of those packets?
I've seen them. I've seen them. I've come in right after they've happened, and I saw a $1 million winner one day. I've seen, because see, if it happened in your territory, you have to run down and make sure your stuff is set up, because the media is probably going to show up, right? So they would call
Yeah.
you like, man, you got to get to store number 1127 in Lincoln County because they just won $1 million. Get down there now.
Yeah.
Okay. So and make sure all the lottery stuff look nice and all that. I saw a young kid about 19. He won 2 million. I didn't see him win it. He came in to cash the ticket in, and but you got to really read those tickets, because you look on the back with the big winners. If you win 100,000, man, they give you 100,000, send you on your way, or they take the taxes out first and all that and send
Yeah.
you on your way.
Yeah.
But if you win 1 million, 2 million, 4 million, whatever, you look on the
Yeah.
back, it says it's paid out in 20, 25 years.
Right. Right.
People
right.
don't look at that.
Yeah.
Yep. And here's another thing. We had a guy in Chattanooga won $150,000 on a $5 ticket, and he went into the office. There's Chattanooga, Nashville, Memphis, and maybe Jackson, where you could turn tickets in. Now, if it's over a certain amount, you have to go to Nashville. There's so much money rolling that they have a bank in the same building. Okay, you go in up there. I didn't have to go but once or twice a month to the office, but every morning there'd be people waiting in line to cash tickets in. But here's another thing too. If you're buying, I'm gonna give y'all some advice. If you're buying lottery tickets, get online for your state lottery and look at that game and see if there are any big prizes left. Because sometimes there might be 1 or 2 big prizes and they've already been hit.
Yeah.
If it ain't there, then that's when, soon we would go around and start picking those games up. Then you'd have like 90 days to cash in or whatever.
Well, oh shit! What was I going to ask you? If you buy a ticket, is it better to buy 3 or 5, or what? Your chances any better? I mean,
it's random, but here's okay. I don't know,
like you
because
get a
it's like
winner.
it's
Let's say
like
you
it's
get a winner for $200. The next ticket, you guarantee you probably ain't going to win nothing.
not necessarily. I've seen 2 back-to-back 500s and stuff like that. It's rare,
I
but
seen one fella, he got a 1,000, a 1,500, and a $2,500 ticket back to back.
I don't and see and think about it. The reason is, what's he gonna do? He's gonna run and tell everybody, right? And the thing is, they used to joke about, we're selling hopes and dreams, and I can't say too much negative because I know how they would react. But this stuff that I'm telling you is really public record, and people just don't know where to look, for the information. But I would have my retailers, and they'd have 72 boxes of games, and I'm like, dude, why are you doing that? Because after let's see, 2 weeks they have to pay for those. So they got a leeway period where, okay, you cash you they only make $19.50 off of a regular pack out of 300. They
Well,
get six.
when,
They get
Well,
6%.
that's like gas. What do they make off gas? A penny a gallon, maybe.
We used to make 3 to 5. I think it may be now more because the price is higher.
Right. But
And
it's mainly to get people to come in the store.
exactly. Yep. Lottery tickets, gas pumps, bathrooms,
Yeah.
cigarettes and beer. If you don't have those 5 and you've got a convenience store, you might as well pack
Yeah.
it up and go home.
Yeah.
Yep. And that's what I was talking to Greg today about. We went in that warehouse full of stuff. And I used to go to that Dixieland something down there. We used to go down there and buy wholesale. They get, it was the old Timu, right? So Alabama's big on the wholesale warehouses, and we would run down there and buy stuff. And we were talking about that very thing today about you have to have um, high profit items to make it. Well, my daddy, we didn't have any competition because we were by ourselves on an exit. We didn't rip nobody off, but here's what he did. They're like, Doug, how come your Budweiser 6-pack is 50 cents higher than in town? And so the answer was, you really won't know, or you just fussing? Because we got answers if you want to know. First off, that guy in town's bathroom is used far less. We spent $25,000 a year keeping up 2 small bathrooms average. So when the January 1st, we had to make clear $25,000 ish to take care of the bathrooms all year, right?
My goodness, you had some gold thrones in there, didn't you?
People tear stuff up,
Oh, I
y'all.
know. I know.
You got they
Yeah.
steal toilet paper.
Man, I ought to put a chalkboard up in there so they can write on that. Put it all over the wall.
I wrote something on our door one time, and Daddy was raised in hell. He didn't know who did it, but I was in there one day, and I had an idea because people were visiting Tennessee, right? And I'm like, I was mischievous, and I'm sitting there thinking, um, we had funny stuff, but we would take and sand stuff down, repaint it, whatever. And I took my knife and I scratched. Y'all remember was it Daniel Boone? He said, I killed a bar on this tree.
Yep.
I scratched it. I killed a bar on this door. Daniel Boone. My daddy come in. What kind of stupid sons of these? These people are awful. I didn't tell him for a long time. It stayed up too. It stayed up for a long time. Oh, it's funny. Just leave it there. But yeah. So if you was ever through Tennessee on I-65 and was in a bathroom and saw that, that was me. But
See that, Roger?
what?
What
What's
Hillary
it saying?
said. Fertilized.
Y'all, I've got some funny. I hadn't told any stories from the store, but I really hadn't done any kind of show to where Night Owls is the only place I could probably tell stuff. But I I've had some really brilliant people come in and do dumb things. I do dumb things. I laugh at people because I laugh at myself because I do dumb things. Um,
Yeah.
Did you ever get robbed?
I've been asked so many dumb questions, y'all.
Did you ever get robbed any?
Attempted.
Did you?
Attempted.
Yeah.
When the store was shut down, there was several caliber bullet holes in the sheetrock, and we didn't fill them in because we wanted people to see them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And yeah, my mom got arm robbed once. My buddy got arm robbed once. Me and my daddy thwarted.
Being out there by yourself, the only store, that kind of.
Yeah, and you have to have a little street smarts too. Like I worked at the jail early on, and then grew up on the interstate store there. And I had a guy come in one time, and you could tell when they're coming in, they're looking around, and looking out
Yeah.
on the parking lots, how many cars are. This guy walks up to me, he has a black eye. He's taller than me, and he said, "Hey," and we're out in the middle of nowhere, right? It's 7 miles to the sheriff's department. And but you couldn't. There was a curve. You couldn't see what was around the curve there. His
Yeah.
tag was out of state. Him and this girl, and he said, "Hey man, how far is the nearest police station?" You know what my answer was?
Right around the corner.
Right around the corner, right here. You need them? What's up? It's something. I picked the phone up and I put my face. No, 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 no. So, as my daddy used to say, they unasked the place pretty quickly. But here's the thing. Um, I don't talk about it much, but I'm telling you right now, people talk about, oh, guns are bad or whatever. Yeah, they can be. A car can be bad. I can pick up a number two pencil like John Wick, and it could be bad. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
um, if we had not have each always carried something on us and had stuff hid in different spots in case you had to run, I wouldn't be here. My kids wouldn't be here because I would have been gone before they were here. My daddy would have been gone a long time ago. My mama would have been, and my buddy Jimmy. Uh, my mama one time, a guy, she went to hand some cigarettes over the counter, like slid it over like that. Well, he grabbed her. He snatched her so hard, she cracked ribs, and
Wow.
she couldn't hardly breathe. But he grabbed her. He messed up and grabbed her by the left hand. Y'all know where this is going. He grabbed her by the left hand and said what he was going to do to her. He had a 357 cocked right there, and she said, "Let go of me now." And he said, "I was just kidding." She said, "I ain't." So my mama would draw down on somebody so damn fast. And it was warranted, y'all. It wasn't
Yeah. Right.
we
Right.
I had three people. We had code words, okay? If I ever was up front by myself and I said, "Hey, daddy, mama, Jimmy, whoever, I need nickels," everybody that knew us that was carrying was coming, right? So cuz that was what we come up with. So we're in there one day. Now listen to this. I have No, this is I was two, three different stories, but the first one I had three people about mid 20s, two boys and a girl. Um, they hung around too long and they were counting the cars and they were, and one guy, it was hot outside and he had a leather jacket on and he had his hand in his right pocket and it was balled up. You could see you could see the knuckle impressions pushing out. So I said, "Hey mom, I need some nickels, but no hurry." So that didn't mean like come around blasting, right? And she come around there, and I said, "Listen, those three right there are about to rob us." And I told her, I said, "I'll tell you later why I know, how I know." I said, "You get the front right here, and I'm gonna get the corner so I can catch them from the side where they don't, see me." And I had two Beretta 92Fs, one here and one uncocked or off of safety, and I was hid behind the um, sunglass rack that was sitting on the counter. And they walked up, and this mama, I told her about his hand. I said, "Watch his hand." And so I'm looking from sheriff's department training and stuff like that. The others had tight clothes on. There was no weapons in their belt line. There was nothing in their around their cuffs or whatever. They might have had a knife or something, but I could tell he was the leader. And so I'm watching them. No. Bring me some half dime, please. So um, I was looking at him and I was watching his hand, and my mama, she didn't beat around the bush. He come up, she said, "Hey y'all, come here a minute." I'm like, "Oh, here we go." "Who, us?" "Yeah, come right here." She said, "You come here, I want to talk to you." And they all looking around. I'm like, "Oh shit, I'm fixing to shoot some people." So um, he walked up. She said, "Let me tell you something. I need you to take your right hand off of whatever you got it on in that jacket, and I need you to pull that hand out slow, because you're scaring me, and it's not going to be good if you pull out something you shouldn't." What do you mean? What are you talking about? And I heard the guy ask the girl, said, Where'd that guy go?" And they looked around, and I'm sitting there with a Beretta pulled halfway up, ready to go. And because they looked around, they saw me, and he was like poking the guy. "We gotta go, we gotta go, we gotta go." So he's locked in on mama, and they spotted me. So, oh my God, she scared the shit out. I told her, we finally had to send her home. Like, "Mama, go home, let us run the store." So He said, I don't know what you're talking about, ma'am. She said, I'm not stuttering. I'm telling you, and you're trying to figure out what to do right now. You need to do what I tell you to do. And let go of it and let me see you let go of it and pull that hand out slowly. He said, well, I don't. And we went click, click. She cocked that 357 under the counter. I'm like, oh, shit. And she said, you know what that is? Yes, ma'am. She said, now, are you leaving? Yes, ma'am. She said, pull your hand out of your pocket first. He released and he pulled his hand out like that right there. And I said, now look, and the dude poked, he said, he poked him, he looked at me and his eyes, he turned cold white. And I said, listen, y'all gonna have to get a little smarter or stop what you're doing. I said, I'm getting your tag number and the police are gonna be after y'all, right? And I said that because I knew they probably wouldn't find them. And anyway, I don't know who they were. They went back to Alabama, but that situation would have been bad if I hadn't been paying attention, you know. And my listen, okay, so my daddy come out of the bathroom one day, and he said he come around the corner, and Mama standing there with a 38 cocked, pointing at this dude. And he's like, Patsy, quick, because they all had hair triggers on them. And he's like, stop. And he went over there and he grabbed it. He put his finger between the hammer and the gun. He's like, quit, you're going to kill somebody. Quit doing that shit. So she said, Doug, he's got a gun. And looked down and she said, he unsnapped his holster. Well, that's back before we could open carry. And long time ago. And when I say a couple names, y'all gonna know how long ago it was. This guy was from Alabama, and he had been in some institutions, mental institutions, and been let out because his daddy was some kind of politician. Found out later, and he had a bunch of guns in his car. He came back to kill my mama. Here's what he said. They asked him why he came in there, and he said, "Well, I put gas in my car. She gave me a shot of radiation water. Now my car won't start." Like, what? And my daddy asked him, he said, you got a permit to carry that pistol like that? He said, me and Tip O'Neill are just like that, buddy. And daddy was like, oh, this dude, daddy's like, oh, this dude's crazy. So he started talking to him like he realized something was wrong. So he started talking to him like a kid, authoritative, you know. He had a aluminum foil on his head and a pot lid on top of that in the store. And it was to keep him from the radiation waves affecting his brain, is what he told everybody. But man, I'm telling you, it was awesome. We met nice people. It was like one of my buddies said one time. It was moments of boredom and laughter interrupted by split seconds of sheer terror. You know, and
Don't be sharing them brownies, daggone it, Missy.
No kidding.
but you know, I could tell some more that got way more intense. Um, there was a shootout one night, and we liked having people working for us that knew what they were doing. We had one guy that didn't know what he was doing. He was a young guy, and I left my 357 down there. I hid it. I thought he didn't know where it was at, and he was a 19-year-old dumb kid. He was big and muscled up. He thought he knew everything. I got a phone call. You need to get down to the store now. Why? He said, just get down there. Oh my God! My dad, I'll be there when I get there. Get down there. He said, dude, he called his name out, and he said he done shot a hole in the counter and the wall and everything else. I went down there. I said, why's my gun out? Well, man, I was just looking at it. I'm like, I was looking at the counter. I said, you doing more than looking at it? What happened? And what he was doing, one of my buddies was in there, and he was secretly cocking and letting it back down, cocking and letting it back down. Well, when it went off, it went through the top of the counter, the sheetrock in the wall, the metal outside, went through the trash can, and the garbage bag stopped that round. And Kenny, my buddy, said when that son of a gun went off, he said I thought the world come to end because they're inside with a 357 revolver. He said all the little white dust on the drop ceiling was coming down. I cleaned for a couple months trying to get all that stuff up. It, that percussion, that vibration dropped all that stuff down. And I was like, I thought you was a little more mature than that, and I had it hid. Why? You had to be looking for it, you know. And so, of course, he got fired. But um, I don't know, y'all. There's there's some bad stories I could tell around a campfire. I know y'all like don't do us like that or whatever, but I can't get into it. You know what I mean? It's not legal stuff. It's just traumatic stuff.
Yeah.
Heck,
Yeah,
I went
they
to a guy's house one time. Him and his wife, they were selling some of his gun collection.
Mm-hmm.
He was sitting facing a little gun cabinet, and I was standing right beside him.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he grabbed a pistol and he racked it, and he was standing there thinking it was empty, and he pointed that thing up and he shot a hole right through the gun cabinet, right there beside me. I thought I like to fell over, man. But the
Yep.
bullet lodged in the top of that gun cabinet. I ran
Yep.
outside because I figured it went outside, come
Yeah.
outside the wall.
Yeah, and the thing is,
Holy! I told his wife, I said, "You need to take him from him."
yeah, yeah.
He ain't got no.
And the thing is, when you have a discharge like that, I mean, you ain't quick enough to react.
I couldn't hear for a week.
No, that's why I can't hear out of
I
zero right
know.
here.
I could not hear for a week.
Yeah, it's y'all gun safety. Y'all know, y'all grew up around them. Most people make the mistake. New people make a mistake of taking a semi-auto, taking the clip or the mag out, and then there's one in the pipe, and they forgot about it or they don't know, and that's usually how people get hurt.
That's yeah.
I don't know the guy, but I know a lady that when I was working for the lottery that knew him over in Bedford County. She said, "Yeah, my buddy got accidentally shot himself, and he's in pretty bad shape." I'm like, "Oh no, what happened?" He had somehow, y'all, I don't know. He had some pistols loaded in his safe, and he opened the door and he bent down to do something, and hit something wrong, and it went off and hit him right down in the
Oh,
ribs and down. Yeah, I'm like, "Holy crap!" But y'all, I'm sorry. I got off on. It's
I
just
was telling you the other day, I went hunting with a dude. We had just stepped out of the truck, and we're standing probably a foot apart, and a bird jumped up and he shot. His shell bounced off my forehead when he
That ain't-
ejected. That's how
my,
close we were.
my daddy took my shotgun away from me one time because I
There
did
you go,
something similar.
Leanne.
What?
Night,
That's-
Miss Catherine.
I told Leanne there's her link. Jump on.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, come on. I'll
Oh,
get off here.
it's about to get real
Let's
now.
get them women on here.
They're gonna make us look bad because they're gonna get on to us.
Roger, I only been around one store robbery.
Yeah.
That's back when I was playing high school football.
Mm-hmm.
I always came home to dress out and then go back to the school, but I always stopped at the junior store to get me a drink before heading back to the school. And I pulled into the plaza where the store was, and the whole front line, when you pull all the way up to the store, it was full, so I had to go back here to the second line. By the time I got out of the car, you start hearing this popping going off, and I just looked up. I mean, it sounds like firecrackers. It really does, pop, 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 pop.
Yep.
And then I seen these people start running that was outside the store. And
Yep.
then I finally realized, I looked in the store and you see this guy. What it ended up happening, he lined up 7 people on the floor, and popped them. Every one of them, he killed all of them.
Oh, man.
And, he got all the way to Pensacola, from Panama City to Pensacola before he got caught. But it was all over domestic violence.
Wow.
Yeah.
He went in there to get,
He
with his wife, and
he done snapped.
all those people ended up getting killed
Yep.
that day.
We had a situation here in this county back when I was about 12, and it was so bad that my 12-year-old tail was handed a 12 gauge. Said if anybody comes through that door, drop them.
Mm-hmm.
And what happened? Something similar, but not an argument. A local pharmacy got robbed, and they popped a couple people in the leg. They didn't kill anybody, but they injured them really bad, and
Mm-hmm.
they got away. Guess where they came? They didn't know where they were going, and they turned. They were going to hit the interstate, But where our interstate is, and our store was on this side. There was Globe Road. On the other side, there was Reese Road, and there's another road over on the other side to the right. They missed the exit and turned up Reese Road, and it's a dead end. Went down to the end of it and was being chased, I reckon, and jumped out, ran into the woods.
Yeah.
And they ended up catching them because they didn't have enough clothes on. They were out late at night. My daddy, they recruited they were like, man, we need people hunting. We need, the police. Bring your guns. Now
Mhm.
that's a different day and time, right?
Yeah.
Different part of the country. When you start getting phone calls for the community men to come,
Yeah, they don't do
they
that no more.
if they would have seen those two or three people, if they would have spotted those three people, I think they had orders to drop them. Now, my daddy handed me 12 gauge. He said, I know you know what you're doing. I hate to tell you this, but you're here. Your mama's here. There's two or three people came over because we were really close, right on this side of the interstate at our trailer. And he said, Roger, I'm telling you, he said, somebody come through that door and ain't supposed to. He said, I hate to tell you to, do this. He said, but you're going to have to protect, everybody. And they had guns too, but so anyway, we're scared to death. And my daddy said they were over there and they were like, picking zones to go search, and they were like making sure they searched everything.
Rose, buddy.
I
There
did.
you go. You're all
So
right.
my daddy, they picked zones for two or three of them to go. It's like search with flashlights and stuff. And what happened? They walked around these people, and people say, "Well, why didn't you get a picture of Bigfoot? Why didn't you see it? It was 12 feet away." They walked all around these people all night long. They were hid in a ditch under some stuff, and finally, how they were found? They gave up. They was freezing to death. And one of them was like, "Hey, y'all, don't shoot, don't shoot, don't shoot. We're here, we're coming. We don't have nothing in our hands." They were right there. They had been there the whole time, right on top of them. So when people say, "Well, why don't you see this?" Well, I mean, me and Patrick could go hide from y'all, and we don't even have to really. As long as I don't have a bright whatever on, we probably could, because nobody's paying attention. But they were looking for him, and it's dark. And he said, "There's no telling how many times we walked by them." And they had guns. So anyway, they probably was listening to them talking about what they were going to do to them when they found them. So anyway, my sixth grade teacher was probably in her mid 60s, early 60s, and she had bad knees. She was in there. She told us the story. They told her to get on her knees, and she did the best she could, and she fell down on the floor and was hurt. And somebody else, I think she told me, they said get down on her knees, and they're like, I can't, and that's when they shot in the lower leg and said, you
Oh,
can now, can't you? And they're laying there bleeding. It was a woman, bunch
that's
of
dirty,
cowards,
man.
cowards. So
I see they
and
caught that old boy in Arkansas. I'm
I
glad of
saw
that.
that
That was
he looked
terrible.
he, he looked like a wild son of a gun, didn't he?
He was
And he
going
was
to be a school teacher.
I know what the Heather. I showed Heather the
Crazy.
picture. I said, "This is the one Patrick was talking about last night." And
Yeah.
I showed her the picture, and she said, "Oh my God!"
Yeah, he's only in his 20s.
Mm.
Man, unbelievable.
Crazy, y'all, like y'all said earlier, crazy stuff is happening. I mean, it's when you're on vacation, it's like my mom one time. I told you she speaks her mind, and I went into Arkansas. We were coming across from the Diamond Crater State Park. We went diagonally across Arkansas to the northeast and was going to come in to the top west corner of Tennessee, And I stopped and got gas, and I used my card. I didn't get my receipt. Everybody always get your receipt from the gas pump,
I
and
always do.
because this woman, I moved the car, and this woman, and I went to the bathroom, and I went. The lady around the front come out, and people standing at the door. She said, "I need you to come in and pay for that $10 worth of gas." I said, "I did. I did pay for it." I said, I don't have the receipt, but it's on my account. I could pull it up or whatever. And I was looking at the rest of the crowd, right? And I reached in, grabbed $10 and gave it to her. I said, here, enjoy that. And we left. My mama, no, you shouldn't have done that. Mama, we ain't in Lewisburg, Tennessee. We're in northeast rural Arkansas. And I'm not gonna have to do things or get my tail whooped over $10. I paid $10 just for them to let us go. You know what I'm saying? She didn't realize that. She's wanting to fight the whole store. And I'm like, and I did find out who corporate was, later. And I called them and told them, I said, I don't even want the money back. I just want y'all to keep an eye on these people. And I told them what happened. So anyway,
My
people
my
can
ex
make a mistake.
my ex brother-in-law had a ankle bracelet on, and he would go out and mow grass. He would call him that he might be out of bounds mowing grass,
Yeah.
but he was walking down to the bar. Well, they picked him up and they beat the shit out of him, buddy. And they told him they'd find him in the river next time.
Yep.
He didn't do it no more.
Yep. When I was working at the jail, we had trustees and we had some people had work release. And this one guy drove a dump truck to Nashville, and he would come back and he would park it in the parking lot over there, and he would come in. He had to be in by a certain time, and he was late. Of course, didn't have a way to contact him. That was 91, probably 91. And we called the sheriff, like, man, I don't know where this guy's at. He said, oh God, I was hoping this wouldn't happen. And he showed up. And that's here he is standing out there. We look on the camera, he's outside the door. There he is. It's like dark outside. I'm like, I opened the door. I said, where you been? I said, man, and as soon as he started, that alcohol hit me right in the face. I was like, oh, and he drove that dump truck from Nashville drunker. That was a bad situation. His worker release got revoked, and he got extra charges put on it. You just look. We had a guy escaped one night while I was dispatcher, and we was in the old jail, and we had an old man that was the correctional officer. It was old jail, and he opened the door, and this guy took off. I might have told this before. This guy had pink shorts on. He was tan all over, and he had orange jail flip flop. That's it. Long brown hair, and I'm on a call. I'm doing something, and the CO comes and he's looking at me, and every trustee is behind him. They're taller than him, and all under his arm, and he's at this half door looking at me, and he's not acting like anything's wrong. And I was on the phone, and I'm like, I'll be with you in a second. Logged it down. I said, can I help you? He said, call everybody. I just had one escape. I'm like, what? That's what you lead with. You So he opened the door, and this guy took off running and jumped in the creek down there. And there's a manhunt going on, right? He wasn't arrested for violent stuff. So they can't find him. They got the city looking for him, got the county looking for him, the troopers are looking for him. Now down here at the truck stop, our deputies, there was two on duty at night, overnight. One had north end, one had south end. But at a certain time, they would run down here, and the truck stop sold them cups of coffee for a dime, just for them to hang out, right? And they would go down there and get a cup of coffee. Well, now keep in mind, he had pink shorts on and orange flip flops. No shirt at all. So the captain was the guy.
Little 5 Points in Atlanta.
The what?
You sure you wasn't from Little 5 Points in Atlanta?
I don't know where he's from. So the captain of the ship, y'all heard me tell this before. He couldn't talk plain. He talked like this right here. I mean, legitimate. I'm not. What are you doing? Y'all shouldn't be doing that. What's going on around here? That's exactly how he talked. Good man. Not very observant. So he's leading to the truck stop down here on this highway. Pitch black dark, 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. Robert, who was a former Metro cop in Nashville, was behind him. He was 5916. It was 5904 was him, and 5916 was Robert. Robert was a smartass. It was, I heard the mic key up, and so I look at my radio, and nobody's saying anything for a split, 2 or 3 seconds of dead air. You wonder what's going on. He said 5916 to 5904. Click. What going on, Robert? Dead air. You think we might ought to turn around and pick up that escaped fugitive back there? Click. Where he at? I didn't see him. He's walking down the downside of the road, headed towards the truck stop in his bright ass pink shorts and them orange flip flops. He fits the description of the guy we're looking for. They turned around and they brought him in. Now he's been gone. He's been free for 5 hours, right? They brought him in. He's squalling like a baby. They got him cuffed. I'm like, what was you thinking? He said, I don't know. Leonard opened that door and I wasn't even thinking about it. I took off running. He said, man, he said, I done called my mama to meet me down at the interstate. I was going to hide. And he said, I dodged every car all night long. But those two damn cars, because I knew y'all had a guy on the north end and the south end. I thought, hell, that ain't them. He didn't know they went for coffee at 2 or 3 in the morning. He said, I saw him and I just threw my hands up like, oh my God. Like he did like that right there. And Phil didn't see him. I said, I checked your file. You had 2 weeks left on your sentence. Do you know this is 7 years automatic, don't you? He said, I know. He was squalling like a baby. I feel sorry for him. He had stuff on his short stick tights and where he jumped off into weeds and shit. I don't know how he got through corners without getting caught down here, but that was a funny, sad story. It's like, He said, I don't know. It was, he opened that door and I didn't even think about it. I just went. He knocked Leonard over too, so that was another charge right there. He was an old man.
I was working at the prison when Squeaky Fromm escaped. Charlie Manson's girl.
Oh no.
Yeah, she only got about a half a mile. She about froze to death. Mm-hmm. Christmas Eve.
That's not thinking of too far ahead.
No, she had no idea where she was going.
Y'all, I forgot a funny part. All right, I got this old man sitting here, 7 or 8 foot away at this half door, and all these trustees behind him, right? And he said, I just had one escape. Call somebody. I said, which way did he go? Every trustee pointed in a different direction. I said, well, that don't help. That don't help nothing. They had his back, Yeah, we had there was downtime, of course, and then it would get crazy. I had a guy call one night, and he's probably dead now, and I never told him. I grew up around him, and he projected to be a bad butt. You know what I mean? He was dressed sharp. He strutted around like a rooster. And he had a nice truck and nice cars, which is fine, but he was different. You know what I mean? And he always talked. Yeah, where was it at, Pat?
Hillary, Alderson Federal Prison. Sorry, Greg.
Pop. Sound like an Amish drive-by. That's click clop. Sorry.
Yeah.
But anyway, this guy he acted tough, and he didn't speak much and all this stuff. And he was worried about his image. He was one of those people. I'm setting it up to tell you what kind of guy he was. So he knew me when I was little, and then the phone rang one night, probably 10 o'clock. I don't know. I answered it, and he screaming, this is so and so down here in Mooresville, and my girlfriend's trying. Oh my God, she's coming in. She's gonna kill me. Ah, he's screaming. I'm like, and I almost said like, calm down and use his name, but I didn't. You know what I mean? And I'm like, what? He's freaking out. I said, does she have a gun? No, I don't know. She says she's gonna whip my ass. Please, come on, everybody. I need some people down here now. I'm like, all right, I got people on the way. Just stay on the phone with me, 911. And this son of a gun, every time she beat on that door, he'd squall out. Oh my God. I could hear her. Sometimes I could hear her screaming in it. And she's gonna come in there and beat his ass, and he was scared to death. And I'm trying to keep from laughing because he would get high pitched squealing. Then I had this lady. I never told him that he didn't know it was me. I had this lady. We were talking to her. I said, and I knew her from Mooresville, and I knew her family, and she was mean. She wouldn't start nothing, but she was mean. She wouldn't take nothing either. And I said, what are you doing here? She said, that damn. She called her boyfriend's name out, and she was probably 60 years old. She said, I told him one thing to never do, and that's to call me a bitch. And every time we were arguing, and every time he called me a bitch, I'd fire at 357 off at him, and he ducked behind his truck, and I was wearing that truck out. I didn't shoot at him until he said that. But every time she said, he said it 5 times, there's 5 bullet holes in the truck. She didn't care about the rest of it. So don't ever call me that. She said every time it come out of his mouth, like, whoo. And I'm like sitting there just listening, like, you got to be kidding me. Misty's
crazy.
kinfolk about to get Greg on here.
He won't join. The link's been in there a blue million times. He just won't hit it.
He's probably naked. He's had a
He
long
was
day.
last night. So what's the difference?
I don't know. I remember like when I was the rookie, so to speak, young, and they got y'all remember those tasers that had the double, the old handheld big old electric.
Yeah.
We got some of those, and we didn't need those. And the officers got them. All we got is COs and stuff was a flashlight with a strap on it, to protect ourselves, so we could stop people. But probably wouldn't have worked. But they got these. The officers got brand new tasers. They never had a taser before, and them son of a guns would set each other up, and they would go them metal door handles, or you go through the room, and they'd be on the other side, and when you touched it and that thing turned, they would hit that door handle with that taser, and just so they're like, man, we can't get you, we can't, and I didn't tell them why, because every time I went through a door, I looked under the door, make sure there wasn't a shadow. You know what I mean? We can't get you. We can't get you. I'm like, well, I hope you know it, because I don't like electricity. So, but guess what? After they ruined like 3 of them. They were expensive, and the sheriff come asking questions like, "Damn, what happened?" And somebody finally, I didn't tell him, but but yeah. You talk about.
They threw some juice out, buddy.
We had an officer. He was a CO. And he'd come from Michigan. He was about 27 years old, and he had been to University of Michigan and got a 4-year degree. And I'm like, dude, and his family moved down here, and he was different. He was a cool guy. He was real quiet. I said, can I ask you something? He said, yeah. I said, why you got a 4-year degree from Michigan, and you're working for $6 an hour here at Sheriff's Department? He said, well, I wanted to learn the system from the bottom up. I'm like, I didn't understand that at the time. I'm like, I didn't know his plans. He said, I just want to learn the system from the bottom up. I'm like, oh, okay. So one night he looked like RoboCop, y'all. he was big in the shoulders and everything. He had his vest on, and he would drive real proper back straight. And people called him RoboCop. He come in one night. He said, Roger, he said, I got to tell you something. Don't tell nobody. I'm like, okay. He said, man, I was over on Robin Hood Road, and this little car, it was red. It come flying out through there, and it ran through the fence and almost hit me. It ran through the fence, and they did a couple donuts, and they jumped back up out on the road, and I had the light on the side of the car. He said I hit them with it, and they were just staring at me. He said there was a mean looking son of a guns. I was like, where are they at? He said I turned around and went the other way. I said, smart man. So he ended up being DA.
Oh, I hear you.
He I didn't know that was his plan. He started in the jail as a jailer, $6 an hour, and he worked his plan for about, and he become a deputy, and then he did that for a few years, and then next thing I know, Brooks, 35, 40 years old, and I think he was assistant DA first, and then he ended. So man
They
knew what he
don't pay
wanted, you know.
cops enough.
The what? No,
They don't pay cops enough. I remember when I went to the federal training facility in Georgia back in the 90s. Game wardens in Florida was only making $6 and something an hour. I wouldn't have done that job for $20.
in 1990. I was making $6 and a quarter as a dispatcher jailer inside. If you got promoted to deputy, guess what you got? It wasn't even $10.
Yeah.
And some of them moved to the city, because they were making $10 an hour. And the sheriff said, "I can't keep training the city's officers. Y'all are killing me because I got to send them to the academy. It's costing me money, and then you got to up the pay." And so they upped the pay, and then the city upped the pay, which helped everybody. But it continued. You know, the good
Yeah.
officers was usually end up,
Yeah,
in
they
the city.
leave. Yeah.
But some of the stories from the academies the guys went to, that that same guy, he was in the military too. That's the thing. He was 4 years Michigan, and I think he did four. It was 18 to, he was like 26, 27 or whatever. He had been military, then he Michigan for 4 years, University of Michigan or whatever. So he kind of knew what he was doing. And the sheriff said, "Did y'all hear what Brooke did at the academy?" I'm like, "No, man. What? What? Oh God, yeah. I've seen some horrible, horrible stuff in the jail." Uh, um, they said, "Y'all," sheriff said, "Y'all hear what Brooke did at the academy?" I'm like, "No." He said, "When he comes in here, ask him about the training, whatever." And was like, "Brooke, what happened? What happened?" He said, "Well, the guy in charge of the self defense class knew I had some military training, and they were training on how to cuff people, safely, not get hurt, not hurt them, minimum amount of force necessary, all that." He said the instructor pulled him to the side. He said, "I don't care what you do, probably a smart aleck, that was going to go against him. I don't care what you do not let him get those cuffs on you." He said, "Yes, sir." He said the guy was going through his way they were taught to do, and he knew his next move. He said he took a left and cocked him under the, knocked him down and jumped on him and started beating him. And nobody else, none of the other instructors knew what was going on. They were screaming and run over and tackled him and stuff. And he got up, and the guy was laughing. He said, "Is that what you was talking about?" He said, "That's perfect." He said, "Now, y'all, I told him not to let him put the cuffs on. Don't get comfortable, because that can happen at any minute." So it was a training, but that guy was head swelled up. They called the sheriff and said, "Dude, you got you a good one." He follows orders. But yeah, he's a good guy. But see, Greg can tell you, and a lot of your police officers and people work in prisons and stuff like that, there's so much bad stuff that happens. The funny stuff that happens is more intense because it's kind of a release, like forgetting about what happened last night or whatever. And they here I learned a valuable lesson. 19 years old.
Man, when I worked at the prison there, they bring stuff down, all their reports for me to burn, and they'd say don't read them.
Yeah.
Man, there was some bad stuff that went on
Oh
in the
yeah.
federal prisons.
Oh yeah.
Oh
Yep.
man, it
Yep.
was terrible.
Y'all
Oh,
know
heck.
me. Y'all know how curious I am. I was 19 years old, and they's like, "All right, you're gonna be here, and Troy's gonna do this, and you." And I'm like, okay. I looked over at the filing cabinet and I had to open, and they were open. I said, well, I get in trouble for looking in there. And they're like, we don't care what you do. You just don't pull nothing out. Man, I was looking at neighbors and kinfolks files. I was like, oh my God. But I had permission, I'm like, and see, the problem is, some of the horrible stuff that's done to people is done by families. So
Yeah. Yeah.
pod
Well,
seven.
I'm gonna slide off here, guys.
Me too, y'all. It's
Yeah.
my,
Love everybody in the chat. Love y'all.
Thank all y'all for coming on.
Wendell.
thank you, Wendell.
Thank
Yeah,
y'all.
I
This
just
has been
looked
a
up
great show. I loved it.
my
Had a good time.
battery's low. I'm
These are
sorry.
my favorite kind of shows, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna apologize to Flat Rock and Pat for. Greg said it in the thing. He knows I had too much caffeine.
Oh, heck no, man.
Hey, you're all good, Roger. Hell, I talked for
Yeah.
almost 2 hours myself.
I hate I missed it. Wendell, send me stuff. I do look at it. I just don't answer you sometimes. Most of the time.
Most of the time.
No, it ain't just you. I pick a Wendell. Y'all know we all send each other stuff and all that. And
Well,
sometimes
on the chat, it shows the little green, your little symbol when you actually look at it.
yeah, I know.
And yours don't never show up.
I know. No. But you can see what it is. Like if I'm like, say if Pat sends me something and I'm doing something and I see it and I'm like, I gotta go look at that. And then I forget about it, and 5 or 6 other people sent something. It goes down the list, And sometimes I go through and look and say, okay, what have I missed, And I try to, and look, I'm not complaining. I love all the interactions. So y'all send me whatever, and please don't be offended because I can go to look at it and get sidetracked like that on TV. The dogs trying to crap my floor, whatever. So. I'm not high hatting y'all. Um, it's just, and plus, like if there's some of them that I have to answer almost immediately, but then there's some that I'm gonna get back to it, and then I'll try to catch up.
And they never do.
And never do. Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah.
love y'all.
Good night, y'all. Thank y'all.
Charge his phone up.
All right.
Night, guys. Night,
Y'all
everybody in chat. Love y'all.
Y'all
Good
be
night.
careful. See y'all.
Love all y'all.
I don't even know how to get off here. Wait a minute.
Yo.
Hey, well, then just stay then.
Wait. I didn't talk. I don't have any breath left. I'm mentally gone. See you, Wendell.
All right. See you later,
Thank
Roger.
you. Thank
Bye-bye.
you.
Thank you. All right, everybody in chat. Thank y'all for coming in and watching, hanging with us for 3.5 hours. Oh man, it's been great. Started off kind of slow. Sorry, I mixed up the time for River's show, but hey, we'll get him on tomorrow night at the same time, at 8:00, just like we had planned. I guess I just have to reset up everything again for tomorrow. Good night, y'all. Have a good one. Love all y'all. Bye-bye.